Alrighty, I think we are good to go. We should be live. We are live. We are live. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Commodore Laz here today, bringing to you guys another installment to the Issa Chill stream, part 9. Today we'll be talking about our top 5 favorite manga, basically Weekly Shonen Jump. Basically the ongoing stuff that's going on right now in Jump. Going from like issue 1, which started off in the first week of December, up until this point right now, which issue 16 will be coming out tomorrow on Monday officially through the Viz. Shout out to the Viz. And you know what, man? This morning I put out a tweet. I was talking about Weekly Shonen Jump. And I'm thinking to myself, man, you know what are my 5 favorite manga ongoing right now? And the manga I put out, and I said were number 1 was Haikyuu, number 2 was Gintama, number 3 was One Piece, number 4 was Promised Neverland, and number 5, I was thinking a little, thinking about a little bit, and I said it was Dr. Stone. Based on the events that pretty much started going on in Dr. Stone right now, I'm really, really digging it. And it's kind of changed my perspective basically on how I view the series and stuff. I was really trashing on it a lot. Wasn't the case afterwards. But let me see. Hold on. Candyman says, Viz, nah, bro, we're all about Hood Stream. Hood Stream. Hey, listen, Hood Stream. I'll rate Hood Stream over Manga Hood because Manga Hood, I don't know about that, man. Manga Hood brought a Charlotte Owen. So, I don't know, man. But what's good, though, Ken? Luwop, it says Dr. Stone's dope. What's good, bro? What's good? Aura, no Hunter x Hunter, okay. Well, here's the thing. So, depending on who can show up today for the stream and stuff, because I sent out the link to some people, we're going to pretty much, create what we think right now, officially. Because realistically, my 5 might end up changing to Hunter x Hunter Aura. Like, realistically, looking at it, Hunter x Hunter might be my number 5 right now. But it was like in the spur of the moment. Dr. Stone, I really thought, man, I can't lie. Dr. Stone, it's changed my perspective completely of how I look at the manga. I used to trash on this thing like crazy. I said, man, this had no future. I said, like, it has no place here in Jump. It's Dr. like sleeping and shit. But it changed, man. It changed. I could see it being around for at least 150, 200 chapters basically. And yeah, I can see it happening. But kind of looking back at it, man, but Hunter x Hunter has been pretty good too. My Hero, I know a lot of people are trashing this recent arc, but personally, I do like this arc right now because of my feelings of Persona 4. I see a lot of vibes from the festival stuff in My Hero, the same way I kind of viewed it in Persona 4. So that's kind of how I'm really starting to enjoy it because of those little things. Otherwise, if I wasn't, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be covering it. So that's the thing. But let me see. We got a lot of people up in here. Hold on. Let me get the thing open for the dashboard. We got 13 people up in here, man, for a stream I pretty much decided an hour ago. But shout out to you guys. Let me see what the chat is saying real quickly. If I can get this mouse to work, man. I'm in the process of trying to get a new mouse because I almost broke mine the other day. But let me see. So Dan, what's good? Epic Lasagna, nobody cares about Hunter x Hunter, bro. The thing is, I can't cover Hunter x Hunter because there's too much damn dialogue, bro. There is far too much dialogue for me to be able to cover Hunter x Hunter. I think it's just straight up. I'll be honest, just straight up. I remember I was trying to do a live reaction to the chapter before the stuff that just happened last week with the certain spider group that showed up. And I was looking at my card and stuff for my recording. And I'm like, wait, this thing's 25 minutes long. And I'm only have 3 more pages to go. And I'm like, bruh, I'm not putting this up. I'm not putting this up. So I just said straight up, man, you know what? We'll wait until another time. And then I decided, I was going to read the Hunter chapter when they showed up. And I'm like, damn, man, I'm already 7 pages in. They already showed up. There's no point in me doing a reaction now. So we're going to see. If people say this chapter is worth it, I'll try and do a reaction for it, but we'll see. Maybe a live stream discussion. Who knows? We'll do something like that. But let me see what everyone's saying, though. Silver's Tanner, what's good? Dr. Stone is telling a good story at an interesting pace. Definitely. I really like the recent chapter. Surd and the duo made their comeback, even though it was the back few we got of them. Let's see. Millions of people read Hunter x Hunter, but okay, lasagna gens. Yo, what's good, Almo? Yo, what's good? The end of My Hero Academia this week was hype. Yeah, it definitely was. I think the last few chapters were kind of chill and stuff, but now this one's starting to pick up the pace. Hey, Shrek, what's good, man? People aren't patient enough for a setup. That's why we get Dragon Ball Super. Factual. I mean, hey, I can't lie. Yesterday's episode was pretty litty in terms of its animation and art. But I can't lie, I was a little bit disappointed with its ending because of a certain thing that transpired, which I won't say because of spoilers in case people are still either catching up or for whatever reason. Well, let me see. Jod the God. Yo, I have to mod you for that name, man. That is a great, great name. I swear I've seen you before, though. Unless he had a name change or something, I don't know. TLG, hold on. TLG, I gotta get with the mod too, man. Man praises the greatness of Haikyuu, and anyone that has Haikyuu in their top one is a good man in my books. But let me see. But yeah, Shrek, what's good, man? Hunter x Hunter, I'll just wait when the arc is wrapped up to catch up. Weekly Hunter, there's this nightmare. I mean, I definitely do agree where some people are coming from when they say they want to, like, you know, try and catch up to Hunter x Hunter when it comes to a binge instead of doing weekly, which I applaud you, man, because if there's crazy stuff going on and you're waiting, like that, I kind of do that with Neverland, which again, I'm going to talk about Neverland because I'm going to be doing my stream and stuff for tomorrow, chapter 76 through 78, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to read it through the Viz. Shout out to the Viz. Let me see. Yeah, we'll get the arcs end. I mean, we'll see, man. Let's see. Yo, Migs, what's good, man? What's poppin', my boy? Yo, thanks for coming through, bro. Let me see. Yeah, man, I be everywhere. That's my rap name. That's how I got the YouTube name. Yo, listen to this. Yo, John, that's a great name, bro. Great name. We got 23 people up in here. Like the stream, guys. Like the stream. But see why you guys kept saying Gintama's greatness, man. Hey, Shrek, you already know about the greatness, bro. Gintama, to me, man, it has to be top 2, top 3 at the very least. Top 2, I think. Without question, man. Yo, Sombra. Haikyuu will always be the greatness battle at the... Yo, man. I can't wait to read that junk weekly, yo. It's gonna be so crazy, dude. Like, I really love the Urasawa matchup, but I can't lie. This one right here, I don't know if I'm gonna have a soul, bro. I'm gonna have to be like the Horcruxes, like Voldemort, just like rip up like 10 Horcruxes and shit, and you have to like repiece my body afterwards. It's gonna be too crazy, man. My soul's not gonna be able to take, you know, what's gonna transpire in the Haikyuu manga, man. But let me see. Yo, Straw Hat Gamer, what's good? Yeah, Strike. Try to be careful. Oh, by the way, be very careful with spoilers. Anything past chapter 75, because I'm doing again live reaction to chapter 76 through 78 of Neverland for my read through tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So no spoilers whatsoever, please. Yeah, just I don't want to be spoiled, man. I already got spoiled with Tokyo Ghoul last week, so I'm gonna be trying to do a reaction for the chapter tomorrow, hopefully before chapter drops. Let me see. Yo, Dog, I haven't seen Dog Eyes in a minute, man. Jessica came in to say Kiwami 2 out in August. Yo, I already got the pre-order on that, man. I played the original one for PS2 because my buddy had a copy for it. So I decided to go ahead and just buy it, man. And you know what? It was so good. But now I'm probably just going to watch like 3 through 5, if anything, because I actually don't own copies for that. So we're going to see. But, oh man, it's going to be so lit. Yo, I can't, Yakuza 2 is up there. I think it's my 4th or 5th favorite game ever when it comes to the PS2, and probably ever, like, all time. Like, it's so good. But Kiwami 2, hey, it'll be lit. Let me see. Laz, how do you think, Kenma, I won't say too much because, like, again, like, for other people who don't want to be spoiled and stuff, but I do see Kenma, like, really stepping up and growing in this entire, like, matchup that we're going to be going through, because, like, I do feel like, you know, because of what happened in the recent chapter and how that face that he made, that is the most serious I think I've ever seen Kenma, man. Like, this man had, like, the eyes going. And I'm thinking if someone's going to bring Hinata, like, out of his comfort zone to really, like, you know, want to step up and actually prove his worth and stuff, because remember, he's going to be, like, going forward in the next year, and so Kuro is pretty much done after this. Kuro's going to be done after this. So Kenma's got to hold down like the fort, basically, you know, as the leader, possibly. He might be end up being the captain for all we know. So I definitely think that's going to be the case, man. You know, Kenma's going to be going crazy. I don't think he'll be going Kageyama level, but and if he were to, it'll be his own way, basically, instead of kind of like how Kageyama kind of does his own thing. So let me see, 379. I got you. 4 and 5 are on PS3's. On PS3's PSN got away for a sale. Oh, okay, definitely. The only problem is that I think Yakuza 6 comes out sometime, I think in April, and I want to try and catch up soon to the other ones before playing 6. We're going to see. But let me see. Facts. Yeah, Kenma, his character is going through the roof. Definitely, man. I always love Kenma, though, from Nekama. Even though I'm a big fan of Kuro. And, the thing he said with him and Daichi, you know that panel, bro? I gotta shut up, man. I don't want to say anything too much. If y'all ain't copped Horizon, man, greatness. Horizon, I don't know. I've heard a lot of good things about that one, but I may cop it if it's on sale or something. We'll see. I want to try and get Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is something I want to get, but I'm curious to know though from you guys, since we are having the stream right now, and depending on like if anyone's gonna come through afterwards. let me know, like, right now in the chat, like, who do you guys say right now is your 5 favorite ongoing manga in Jump right now? Like, let me know, like, what you guys think are, like, the best 5 ongoing right now at the very moment. That way I can kind of see a gauge, like, what people kind of say is the current best one right now at the moment. So give me a sec. Let me just see if anyone's coming through. Oh my. A certain spider might be coming through, actually. Let me see. Hopefully the thing works after for the link. But, hold on. Get this thing open. Yeah, I can't say anything. But yeah, let me know your list afterwards. I'm waiting to see what someone's going to drop in. Kind of talk about Jump for a little bit. Probably going to stream until maybe like 11. We'll know. We'll see. But yeah, man. I can't wait, bro. Like, yo, it's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy. Like, April is going to be nuts, man. For Jump, for wrestling, so many things. But, like, chapter 900 is going to be on the, soon for One Piece. Regardless of our feelings on Whole Cake Island. But let me see. The man said, I want to play a match for keeps. He will evolve, and he has finesse Suki in practice matches. If he takes volleyball serious, he will be a monster. Kema, Hinata are mere images of Fukai and Neko. That is just, Fukai and Nekomata, man. In their own way, yeah. I see the rivalry, definitely. In its own way and stuff, yeah, definitely. But, I don't want to say anything, man. Oh, my God. The good thing Recon's not here, man. Otherwise, I spoil the hell out of him. But, like, getting that flashback, man, is so good. Like, just being able to get that, like, oh, man. Haikyuu, man. Haikyuu. Top 1, baby. But, yeah, like I said before, my top 5 right now, currently ongoing, I gotta say it's, right now it's Haikyuu, it's Gintama, it's One Piece, Neverland, and then Dr. Stone with the 5. But, realistically, man, Hunter x Hunter might take the 5 afterwards. Depends on what Togashi does. The thing is, for Togashi, it's like I really do hope that he stays a little bit more consistent, even though we're kind of approaching soon that mark where he's going to start sniffing at the vacation papers and the Dragon Quest copies in his cupboard. So we're going to have to see. But I hear a spider, man. I hear a spider. What's good? What's good?
What's up, bro?
What's good, man? How are you?
It's been a minute. Yo, man, listen, bro. I come from a black organization. I'm be honest here, bro. I come from the organization, bro. I was sent on a hit, bro.
Oh man, but, I gotta ask you after the stream though, what chapter you're on. Well, I can't say chapter because you'll tell me a drug or something. I don't know.
No, yeah, I got you, bro. I'll say it off stream.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, man, shout out to Conan, bro. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it, man.
Bro, dude, I'm addicted, yo.
I told you, dude. Like I didn't know how good it was, and then when I got to a certain part, I think was where you're at. I'm like, yo, I gotta keep reading. Like,
bro, after the Sherry arc, I told Quinn, I was like, bro, I can't stop, bro. Like that's all I was doing. I would come home from work, read, and then Quinn would be like, yo, you gotta watch these episodes next time. I'm like, I got you, my nigga. Yeah. And then I went on, I watched it. I was like, yeah. I'm addicted right now, man. I'm addicted.
Dude, the worst is like when I had to do like when I was doing reactions for it and stuff, right? So there were days I couldn't read it, and I honestly felt like like I was going through like an addiction problem. It's just like I need to read it, bro. Like what's going on?
That's why I told myself and I told Quinn, I was like, bro, I don't think I'm doing reactions, bro. I don't think because the thing is with Conan gives me the same vibes that Steel Ball Run gave me, and which I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop, bro.
I mean, like, I'm like, the thing is, like, I wish I had that feeling, but I don't. At the same time, now I can look back in like those moments when I was like live reacting to like the anime episodes, or like Absolutely. When you get. I'll say this though, when you do get caught up, if you get to the 1000 chapter, you have to do a reaction to 1000 to 1008 at the very minimum, because by then you'll be caught up. And,
okay,
it's well worth it.
I'm not going to promise it, but what I will say, Laz, is that if things continue at this point, like the way that it's going right now, yo, I'll do it. I'll do it, no question.
Well, I'll just say right now, if you're saying right now it's like gold right now, Dave Meltzer's about to come in with like his record books and tell you like I don't know, man, it might change.
So what you're telling me is the same thing I tell Gintama fans when they tell me that Benny Zakura is GOAT, and I'm like, my nigga, that's nothing.
Yeah,
that's nothing, bro. All right,
like it's crazy. Yo, bro, I don't know if you can see on the screen or not, but like, yo, I don't know if I shall show it, but you won't know because basically, like, when it comes to like, Detective Conan, man, it comes with these volume covers, bro, and I'm just happy the fact that I own my second favorite arc in the series in English, even though it's so far behind, man, because like I think right now it's in the 60s in the volumes, and in Japan it's like in the 90s. So like,
Damn.
and I heard like for them to get to at least to the 80s, I think it is, it'll be like in 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, like they're 3 to 4 months a volume, like literally behind. Like it'll be every 4 months there'll be a volume coming out, and I'm just like, bro, like you come on, bro.
Damn, bro.
I don't know, man. This is the 4th best-selling manga all time, and it doesn't get the treatment. Like I don't get it.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But it makes sense though, because every single time that I look on the top animes for the week in terms of like the rankings of how good an anime episode, like how many people watch an anime episode, Conan's always like right under Sazai-san and all these other shows. Like Conan is, in terms of like the anime that all of us watch, Conan's always number 1, and then it's followed by One Piece and Dragon Ball in terms of anime. Like just strictly speaking, anime. Conan, it doesn't lose when it comes to ratings, unless like there's a One Piece special. But it's crazy how popular it is, man.
Yeah, like
but I understand why it's so popular now that I'm watching it, though. Like I understand.
And it's crazy,
bro. Even my brother has never watched a Conan episode in his life. And earlier, while I was watching that stuff, in the anime, he sat down next to me. He was like, "Oh, this is rad interesting." I was like, "I know, bro. I know."
Hey, speaking of our brothers, so like I don't know if you saw, but yesterday, I got my brother into the first episode of One Piece.
What?
Yeah, because we were watching Super, right? We watched a Super episode, and like the Crunchyroll, because the servers went down, so we're like, what, man, let's go watch some Oda. I want to show you what's better than Super, and then like,
facts,
bro. I saw the first episode, bro. We're watching the dub, and I couldn't lie, bro. I got those scary vibes from like 2011, 2012 when I first got into the series. I'm like, wow. It's just like, oh my god. And then I told him, like, listen, man, the anime's greatness, but if you want to get caught up to the series quick, bro, I got the manga volumes. I would be honest, I'll buy the box set right now if he's like dead set on getting caught up. Like,
well, hold on, bro. So what you're telling me is that you're gonna support the best-selling manga in history.
I have to, man. I have to.
You got to, bro. You guys do.
Yeah, too, man.
No, but that's awesome though, man. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, after last night's Super episode, me and my brother, and then all my friends and I got together and we're like, "Yo, man, this isn't even a moment just for anime fans. This is just a moment in pop culture. Like, there's so many. I mean, did you see what's happening in Ecuador, Mexico?
Yeah, I saw.
I was like, bro, 15,000 people in Juarez down there in Mexico. I was like, Jesus.
And I'm surprised that North America won't be able to match that. I mean, they kind of have to. If you want to show that like Dragon Ball's big stuff still, like I could get in Latin America, like it's a big thing there. But like America, I definitely see like being a big thing. Canada being a big thing. It's on numbers. It's on Toonami. Like if you want to, when people want to support this, man. But like it would be too much, man. If you go to like let's say like Cal's Palace or like think of like Dallas Stadium or something like where the big stadiums are and stuff for baseball or football, and they just have like huge ass jumbo Titantron, and they just like 100,000 people just sitting there watching like someone throw hands. Like,
man, yeah, bro, grown men throwing hands.
That would be so crazy, bro.
That'd be fire.
But Dan Dizoro was saying, should I watch or read Conan? I think you're either option. There's no problem. Either option for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Because for me, like I got caught up quick with the manga, but the anime you truly appreciate it because it's almost like with anything, man. Voice acting, the music, the art and animation in the early parts of Conan, so underrated. Like,
dude, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so glad that I'm taking the both route. Like I'm taking the route of both watching and reading it, and I love it because I have like the OSTs in my head, the voice actors in my head, and whenever I go back and I read some chapters, I'm like, okay, it's awesome. And then when I watch certain arcs or certain cases in the anime, I'm like, bro, man, this is amazing. So yeah, shout out. For me, I'd recommend. Yeah, like I can't even recommend one, bro. Both of them are gold.
They are like
just do a mixture of two, man. Do a mixture of the two, dog.
Because I think what makes it great is the fact that like. Well, does the Conan anime deviate from the manga? No. Well, the only thing I will say is that there's a part in the very, 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 very early parts of Conan that they kind of switched up for something else that happens. I think you know what I'm talking about, the Akemi stuff.
They switched that in the anime?
So without going into much detail, basically instead of making that moment happen when it's supposed to happen canonically, they wait until I think 129 episodes after to actually do the moment.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
129 episodes.
Yeah, they basically waited that long because what happened was they wanted to keep the actual character, I guess, like what she was trying to portray for a little bit longer, but it made no sense because it's like it kind of messed up the timeline, especially because certain stuff was about to happen soon, so they needed to do that soon, or otherwise it would make no sense for the canonical timeline.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I read in the manga first, and I watched the anime. I'm like, wait, what the hell, bro? Like, I would have dropped the anime right away, man.
I would have been mad confused, dog.
I would have been, but thank God I didn't, man. Like, either way,
Yeah.
it was executed nicely, but I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
you gotta do a canon, man. There's no way, like,
Dude, it was crazy to me whenever whenever I'm watching the anime, and then you know how it does the transition where the doors close and doors open. It says originally broadcasted in da da da.
yeah,
And whenever I watch the episodes and it says originally broadcast in '99 and 2000, I'm like, bro, this joke is so much greatness, and it was made in 2000, 1999. This
yeah,
is when York New was popping, when Alabasta was popping. I'm
yeah.
like, dog,
And you know what? Most importantly, bro, the F was popping.
the F, bro, the F. All Japan was popping too, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
hey, man.
it just became Noah at that point, but
Yeah, it did, man.
yeah.
Baba's on his last legs, and you know, Conan was going in, bro. Like,
That's dude. I can't wait to reach the Stan Hansen stuff. I really can't.
you know what angers me, bro? It's like Silva, because he was trying to figure out, like, you know, which one he should start getting back into, Kingdom and the Conan. And the thing is, bro, where he's at in Conan, he's literally next, right, almost at where the volume cover is, man. And I'm just like, but then he's at, you know what chapter he's on though for Kingdom?
What?
He's on 229, bro.
What? Dang! Oh,
I'm
dang!
like, what do I tell him? What do I tell him, bro?
Yeah.
Kingdom. You have to do Kingdom because you have to, because like you're very much in the God sauce moments because it doesn't stop, man. It's been godly
Yeah.
since one to thing, but like that's where it really. Oh man, I told him
Yeah.
Kingdom, bro, but like,
Dude, 229 is like right before some super godly
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying, dude. Like, I'm so mad at the same time that he stopped there because it was already a godly moment happening during that moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, man. I might have to send that Camel Spider to him. Soon.
I did my first ever more than 10 chapter reaction during that arc because it was just too hard to stop.
Right.
It was way too goat, man. But yeah, man. One more thing about Conan before we talk about Jump. What's that called? I will tell you this though. Quinn told me because I've read. I'm really really close to apparently a 1 hour and 20 minute special.
Mm-hmm.
For I'll tell you off stream. Yeah. But all I'm gonna say is whenever I get off work tomorrow, bro, I might have to skip out on Vince Gang. Bro.
Hey, listen, I'm missing Vince Gang tomorrow because of work, but hey man, we're here for third hour only. That's why Ross.
Hey, I'll be there for the third hour, bro. I'll be there for the third hour.
Man, oh man. But hey, I'll say this one thing before we actually switch to Jump. Anything to do with our specials, man, is worth the watch. Because they put that time and effort into it, and it's godly. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, because the last hour special I watched was with my boy, with Kaito, yo. So that was, I know that was fire. That was awesome.
Dude, his first arc, man. Listen, Kaito may not be that far up there in my favorites, because like, especially where I'm at right now. But dude, his first appearance, man. Like if you read that in the manga, it's beautiful. It's the way like how like Conan narrates the entire thing of how he views this dude, and just seeing like that double spread. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. See, to me, it's beautiful because I got into Kaito Kid first, and I got into Conan. So like so I watched the Kaito Kid anime back in 2014, and I was actually reviewing that on a weekly basis. That's how I met Froggy style. Froggy's a big Conan fan.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was reviewing Kaito Kid weekly, and there came a 1 hour special one week where Conan showed up, and I was like, what? And, like I was bad confused, and then I was talking to Froggy about it. Froggy was like, "Yeah, Kaito Kid is one of the main antagonists of Detective Conan." I was like, "Are you serious?" So and then we continued on, and then I watched a movie with Kaito and Conan, and I was like, "Bro, like he legit is a part of the Conan series, and it's just a spinoff."
Yeah.
So and that led me all these years later to watching Conan. But it's crazy to me because I'm looking at it from Kaito was my original protagonist, and now I have to sit here in this role and get used to having him be an antagonist. So it's cool though. I like it.
Definitely, man.
Just one more shout out to Heiji, bro. Heiji's that dude.
Heiji Hattori, man. Hey, oh my god. Bro, I can't wait. I mean, Heiji has some of the most underrated stuff in the manga, man. Like when you see like later cases that are amazing, you come to appreciate Heiji for who he is, man.
I can't wait.
So good.
I can't wait because I already love him, yo. He's a beast.
He is, dude. Like
every time he shows up, I'm like, yo, auto 10 out of 10 case incoming.
His first case is so legendary, man, because of a certain moment that happens in the early 90s.
Oh yes, bro. I that was when I first like really marked out for it. Like I really marked out.
Like I did too, bro. I'm like, is it true? Is it happening? Like, yo. Oh, man. But let's praise Jump for a little bit, man, because I put out a tweet today. I was talking about like, you know, like my top 5 favorite manga in Shonen Jump right now. Currently at the moment, basically, I'm going from like issue 1, so like basically the first week of December when they put it on in Japan, up until right now. So like issue 16 is coming out tomorrow officially, and I'm thinking like, yo, what are the top 5 right now? And I'm thinking like, right now, Haikyuu for what's going on right now is just Haikyuu, man. Praise for Date. Gintama, I was putting at the 2. And I
Okay.
think just simply just because of the fact that, like, even though, like, I won't say too much in the Gintama since we kind of know what's going on right now, but it's
Yeah.
like, given where it's at right now, it was at one point looking like it was going to come to an end, and now it
Yeah.
looks like it can go on for 10 years. And I just love
Absolutely.
how Srirachi did that. But again, I kind of do still feel like maybe within the next year or so, depending on where he wants to go with this kind of direction, I could see it ending. But at
Yep.
this point, we don't even know, man. As long as the quality is still there and it can still do something for Jump, I don't see a reason why to cut it. You know, as long
I
as
agree.
he's allowed to like do the things. I mean, he's been there for long enough. I think he's earned the respect pretty much by destroying the 4th and 5th wall. Like,
That's right.
but so I had that as a 2. 3, I put One Piece, and if I'm going basically by the issues and stuff, because I believe issue 1 was like right around the time where like was when Nami I think was like, you know, with Big Mom, or before that, where it was the whole thing like they were pretty much like, you know, doing the whole formation where they're trying to like, you know, escape from her and stuff.
Yeah.
Some like the game plan and stuff, and then all
Mhm.
the way up until the recent chapters. Cause I can't lie, I've been really enjoying the recent chapters. You know, with the Vin smokes going in.
Yeah.
Like I was really happy with that.
Marking
'Cause, like,
Valkyrie, baby.
I think it's just because of the fact that, like, you know, again, a lot of people say that their portrayal during the wedding was horrible, and I think it just comes down to the fact that, like, you know, we gotta remember these are the guys who are the former rulers of the North Blue. Even if it wasn't their current version, it was their patriots, like the like, you know, the legend and stuff, like, you know, the back then, kind of like the Don Quixote family, kind of like, you know, about 800 years ago. But, and then it's like when you look at it from right now, it's like they still were on the conquest of the 4 nations. Like this man Judge came in and took down like 4 kings,
Facts.
to, you know, take his claim. But like,
Mm-hmm.
but it comes down to like, you know, which seed do we view to be the strongest? Because we know the East Blue is the weakest. So I've always been in the mind that the North Blue might be the strongest based on the people that are there. But then there's the argument of, like, the West Blue because of Capone, Shanks, Brooke being there, you know, like you got some monsters too, man. And then like I guess just like I just finally need to see that portrayal from them actually doing something. They may not be commander level, like, you know, Katakuri, Smoothie and stuff, but at the very least they seem to be at least in the middle between where the commanders are and maybe let's say like the enraged army. So at least seeing them like face those guys and like prove their worth at the very least is dope to see.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't say they're fatherizing them, but they're doing the job they're supposed to be doing, which is, you know, trying to get the revenge and inadvertently helping Sanji trying to escape, because their whole mission is trying to get revenge for that tomfoolery that you know, occurred.
Yeah.
So I put 3 for One Piece. 4 was The Promised Neverland, which I'm not going to say too much either because I'm doing a read through tomorrow, so to get caught up. So I got that, and then 5. See, 5, I was thinking of I may change this one after, because originally I put Dr. Stone.
Okay.
And I had, you know, man, I talked so much shit about Dr. Stone before. But after getting caught up with it, man, I do see a lot of potential for it to kind of like, you know, be a long-term thing, whether it be like 200 some chapters and stuff based on where the direction of the story is going, especially the most recent chapter right now. Like, it's looking pretty crazy. But then I'm thinking too, man, I was going to put Hunter x Hunter, but I'm only holding it back for now as an honorable mention, my first of honorable mentions. It's just simply because I want to see how long Togashi's plan to go on with this current arc. Like, I mean, like, where he, like, his basically the set of chapters that he's going through right now. Because it's like, if he gives me 10 chapters and he just dips, and I look at the end of the year, and whether he comes back or not, that could definitely change after, because we're going to experience, you know, the Reverie, we're going to experience Wano, whatever happens in Gintama, Haikyuu, and Neverland, stuff like that could really change things up. So I'm wondering, like, because basically now, like, you know, what year 5 is, and like, if you were to add Hunter x Hunter into it, would you factor in those times that's going to be away? And, like, you know, all the other manga that would be ongoing, basically, would it kind of change your perspective?
Gotcha. So, unfortunately, since I'm currently still catching up, can I add My Hero in Neverland?
Yeah, you could definitely. I mean, I'm not caught up yet with Neverland either, so that's why.
Because I'm way behind. You know, like Neverland, I'm on chapter. I think it was 54. It was the last one. For My Hero, I think I read 140.
I'll say this, man, it's worthy of being in the top 3, just so I'm not alone. Like,
okay. So based off of what I've read so far this year, I'd have to give Gintama number 1, just because of the stuff that's been going down right now. We don't know what's trollish and what's real. The story right now took such an unprecedented turn that. We don't know what Sriracha, just like you said, we don't know if Sriracha is going to go on for a couple more months, a couple more years. He could end the series next week for all we know. I don't know, man. He's insane. He's at the top of his A game when it comes to comedy and trolling. For God's sake, we had Donald Trump in a chapter, so it's insane out here when it comes to Gintama. So I'll put that at number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, well, of course, the best-selling manga in history. I've been enjoying it a lot. The past couple of chapters, we're talking about based off of just 2018, right? Just
Basically, yeah, I guess
2018.
like basically from issue 1, like so basically what like the first week of December,
Okay.
up until now, basically. So
Okay, yeah. And then so yeah, One Piece has been killing it.
yeah,
Uh, it's tough for me when it comes to number 3 because I want to give it to. All right, with number 3, I'm gonna go with Promised Neverland, just because this year, if I'm not mistaken, I read from 23, like that entire
yeah,
arc from 23 to 37. That to me is just it changed the game for me, man. I was like, yo, Neverland's up there. I
definitely.
love it a lot. Um, Number 4, I'd have to go with Academia. The emotional stuff that I went through in the read through that I did this year, going all the way from I believe it was chapter like 115. No, I think that was last year. All the way from I think that was last year too. But basically, the recent stuff that I've read
Yeah.
has been extremely good, and it deserves a spot up there. But the thing is that I don't really feel like if I can put the next series at number 5 because I feel like it deserves higher because of how good it's been.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to put them all on the same level, like Neverland, My Hero, and then the last like 9 chapters. The last 9 chapters of freaking Black Clover
Yeah.
have been insane.
Definitely.
Absolutely insane. The thing that Promised Neverland and My Hero have over Black Clover, is that I'm more connected to the characters in Neverland and My Hero Academia. Maybe it's just due to the way that it's written. Maybe it's due to their circumstances. But Black Clover right now, in terms of the story, not the characters, the story and where it's taking the story and how it's doing. Oh man,
Definitely.
dude, it is on fire. Like just from that standpoint alone, if I were more connected to the Black Clover characters, it could honestly be up there like at number 3.
Definitely.
The reason why I can't put Hunter x Hunter with those right now is the same reason why of what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't know how long Togashi is gonna be doing this. Obviously, if it was up to me, just based off of chapter 377 by itself, Hunter x Hunter would be top 3. I'm a Phantom Troop tard, but taking everything into consideration, and this and everything that we've gotten so far, I believe the 377, 378, 375, and probably 371 were the more notable chapters. Whereas whenever I look at the other things that I've read out of everything else, I believe that there's been more emotional connection, more emotional value, especially from My Hero. Neverland's been giving me the suspenseful plot twist.
Yes.
One Piece has been giving me some legendary chapters, and then and 5-star classics. And then Gintama's been shocking me every single week, where I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. It brought back my freaking favorite character. So I don't know what we're doing, man. So Jump is in a good place right now. I can't wait to catch up to all the series that I'm currently catching up to, and I look forward to reading Dr. Stone now that you bring it up, because I really liked Noah's Notes, and people were telling me
Noah's Notes, man.
People were telling me that was a bootlegged version of Dr. Stone. I was like, well, I'll read it when I get to it, because I don't know, I've never read Dr. Stone. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, because the only difference I'll say is with Dr. Stone, it revolves around science, where the other one's like archaeology and stuff, right? But I don't know, like, the thing is, when it comes to like the premise of like the Noah's Notes, it's like I love time traveling. I love the fact that, like, you can go, like, what they're trying to do is, like, go back into time and stuff to figure out what caused mankind's, like, mankind pretty much being wiped out, and how you try to revert that from happening a second time. Right? Because like, I think that early step, it was trying to, like, get you to understand, like, kind of what's going on, and then they kind of pull that twist at the end way afterwards. Because, like, I did feel like it was kind of starting to, like, lose, like, whatever it was trying to say. But then at the end, by the time it's like, okay, I'm invested, I want to check it out. Like, I'm more invested in this than the first one that came out, Jujutsu Tyson or whatever it's called. I forget the first one.
Same.
Which it looked interesting, but I can't see myself, like, fully investing to that. But those notes, man, like, depending on how they want to do it, and depending if, like, they want to add, like, organizations that may have caused, for things to be destroyed or whatever. Like, if they want to add, like, an antagonist or something, then it'll be definitely dope. Or unless they want to keep it simple and, like, make it just where the protagonists are trying to figure out what the cause is. Kind of like, I wouldn't say like Final Fantasy VII, but like the whole stuff with, like, with Sephiroth, and then, like, the whole ending of Final Fantasy VII with the thing. Yeah. So if it's something like that, and they're trying to figure out what's going on, the live stream.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if they did, it'd be crazy to do something like that. But yeah, I mean, definitely with Dr. Stone, like, it's trying to do it is its own thing. It's very unique for what it is. It sets up everything really well in terms of, like, one person is standing for good, one for evil, for whatever the reasons are, without going too much into detail for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely will say, man, it's worth going and getting into, and like I definitely can see it there for the long term, and it's because it has that quality, like backing it up. Like once it gets the anime, I really do feel like that's where it's gonna start picking itself up, and people are starting to recognize it for like how good it is.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It's definitely a series that's been on my radar, and I've had people telling me to read it. So it'll be fun when we finally get around to it. I can't wait to flip and catch up to Haikyuu, but I'm gonna stick with the anime. I'm sticking with the anime, man.
Good choice, though. Good choice.
I'm sticking with the anime.
Like, I'm just saying this right now, man. If you find out like you have to go and search for like 7 Horcruxes for my soul, man, I'm telling you, bro, you might have to like, I might have to get this Shonen Jump captain, bro, just to go get his channel.
SJC.
Shout out to my boy, man.
Man, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I was just thinking back to the past couple chapters of Hunter x Hunter, bro. I might have to remake my list, bro. This is hard, man.
It is, dude.
Hunter x Hunter has been on fire. I know it's only been here for 8 chapters or 7 chapters, but damn it, bro, it's been on fire, bro. It's been on flames, man. I'm a tard of the troop. I can't deny this, bro.
Like, yo, just seeing like Phaeton show up again, man. Like, and then just the whole like the double spread, bro, with the names revealed, and then like I was dying, bro, because I saw your reaction to it, and then like the whole time you're like reading the names, and you're like, what? Like, like,
bro, I'm thankful. I'm thankful to the heavens that I decided to read from 0 to 11. Because if I would have read the 11 first, I probably would have I would have stopped. Huh? Like I would have thought I was being trolled. I would have thought Sriracha was writing it.
Yeah, man, like,
but yeah, now that I think about it, bro, I might have to. Oh, bro, Hunter x Hunter's. Oh my gosh, and it's crazy because this is all just set up. Nothing's actually going down.
Exactly, yeah. But you know what, man? Like you said, we were talking about before previously about like a whole cliffhanger, like, you know, if someone meets somebody and stuff, and like,
yeah,
I don't know why, bro. I feel like we might be seeing Jing soon, only on the sense of like we're raising up. We're seeing like Issa Tom and all of them. Like I feel like we're gonna see Leorio very soon too, as well. I think he's due for an appearance. But I do feel like we might end off on something with Pariston and like Jing, maybe on the second floor, you know, making their way up. Dude, yo, could you imagine, bro? Like that thing we're talking about, like if Jing and Crollo meet up, man, and that's the cliffhanger. And
dude, again. I'll tell you, man, that'll be the one time that I actually think about changing profile pictures to the channel. Yeah. that's Jing and Crollo, bro. That's Jing and flipping Crollo.
Yeah, I'll try to be careful with the Hunter x Hunter because I know my man Straw Hat Gamer I think is catching up with the series and stuff. So
okay. I'll just say one more thing, and I'm gonna be as cryptic as possible. Last week's chapter, the middle of it, that little explanation, that to me was one of the biggest highlights of this entire arc. Definitely. That explanation to me like takes Nen to a whole different level. But I'm gonna end it there because I don't want to spoil my boy Straw Hat Gamer. He's a good dude. Shout out to him. He watched End of Evangelion. He's a goat. Oh, man. He's a good man. Damn good man.
When I finished up Bebop, I'm going straight to the anime for Neon. So.
Bro, I'm liking and retweeting every tweet, yo.
But let me see what the comments have because I know some people are sending the list. So Candyman says number 1 he has Haikyuu, One Piece at number 2. Neverland 3, My Hero Academia 4, and Hunter x Hunter at 5. Very good list there. Aura, of course, got Hunter x Hunter at number 1, Promised Neverland at number 2, One Piece at 3, Boku no Hero Academia at number 4, and Black Clover at the 5. Shrek Savage, my boy Shrek.
Shout out to Shrek.
He's out here with number 1, Promised Neverland, number 2, Haikyuu, number 3, One Piece, Black Clover number 4, and My Hero Academia number 5.
Damn, bro, Haikyuu's been on fire. If y'all putting that high, man. That's crazy.
Listen, man, I'm surprised. Like, you know how you remember how you said the whole thing with Toriko, man? Like, you know, it send you to the hospital. I feel like it might be due for me soon, man. And it might not be for a coma. It might be for therapy, bro. I was supposed to go check out for therapy for Gintama, but I have to go for Haikyuu, bro.
Dude, you might have to have the hospital on standby because now that I'm caught up to Tokyo Ghoul again, I'm caught up to Tokyo Ghoul again. My brain can't handle TG and Gintama in the same week. Yo, that's just I don't know how I'm gonna get through it, bro. But we'll get through it.
You know what's the sad part? I won't say too much in the TGs in case no one's caught up, but I got spoiled, man, on the recent chapter 164.
No,
Chibi, man. I went onto YouTube, right? And doesn't he put it in his thumbnail?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I might have to unsub, man.
Wait. What was his thumbnail? Let me see. I haven't.
I won't say what it is, but it's the big thing at the end of the chapter.
No way, bro. The one thing that that sucks.
But you know what, man? I read it. I decided to read it. I'm doing reaction tomorrow for the next chapter. But man,
okay.
I read that and I'm just like, yo, my heart hurts so much, bro. Because it's
I
like,
bet.
because it's like
That moment was built up for so long,
And
bro.
you know what the thing is, bro? And I said before, man, Hide, when he shows up, that guy is the GOAT when he comes
Yeah.
back, and he is the MVP, man. This guy said this is
Oh,
hard,
Laz, I
bro.
see the thumbnail, bro. This man is mild, dog. No.
He
No.
went down to my list of favorite YouTubers, man. I don't know.
No, man, dude. Those couple of chapters were so flippin' goat, man. Like I can't even begin to explain. I came back. I didn't even read anything. I just straight up went back into it raw, bro. Talking about straight up no lubes, raw.
Yeah.
And it was greatness, man. Like Ishida,
He's on his
he's
game right now,
he's on his
bro.
game,
I don't want to
man.
say anything, but yo, my favorite interviewer in all of anime manga, bro.
Yo, bro, he's on the scene. He's covering the
I'm here
news.
for a
He's going
report.
in.
I'm here for a report.
Bro, I didn't know who it was. I was like, why are we cutting away to a report? And when I saw this man, I started dying, bro. I was like,
Oh
oh, this
man!
man's a
Hey,
troll.
hold on! Shout out to my brother from all the way from Florida, Zoro fanboy 124 in the chat. I see him.
Yo,
He
shout
put
out to Zoro, man. Shout out to Zoro.
Zoro. If you want to jump in, man, I sent the link on the group chat if you want to come through. But he says One Piece number 1, Haikyuu number 2, Doctor Stone number 3, Neverland. He's not caught up, but he put it at number 4, and then My Hero Academia at number 5. Very good pick.
Where's that Gintama Zoro? No, I was playing, bro. I'm playing. I'm playing Zoro. I'm playing.
Hey, I almost had to go after Hassan because Hassan didn't have Gintama in his 5, and I was pacing, man, at work. Like,
what what did Hassan put in his top 5?
I have to, you know what? If I gotta go find his list on Twitter, give me a sec after. But I think he had. I forgot who he had first. I have to go look again, but I know he didn't have Gintama, and I was like pacing, bro. But let me see. Hold on. Let's see who else had the list.
Yo, Laz, did you see the Psycho season 2 is coming out?
Yeah, dude, I saw it, man.
Yo.
Studio Bones about to go win, bro. I can't wait.
Yeah, and it's Bones doing it too, man. Hey, Mob Psycho might look better than One Punch Man season 2 at this point.
It might come out before One Punch Man season 2.
That's true. Because at this point, we got, and that's good because I didn't read Psycho. I was gonna read Mob Psycho because I loved it so much, but I didn't read it. But so now I'm gonna have the anime again. Now we're in it, dude. I was looking at next season, Laz. Next season is stacked.
It's way too stacked, honestly.
Next season is beyond stacked.
You know what it reminds me of, bro? It's like when WrestleMania, you know when they have like 12 matches, when it's unnecessary to have 12 matches, but they just gonna have it for the sake of having it, bro. Like that's what it feels like, and it's all gonna be good.
It's all gonna be good. Yeah, that's a shoot.
Oh man,
that is a shoot. This reminds me of the 2014 season that had like Kuroko, Taizai, Parasite, or was it 2015? Death Parade, Your Lie in April, Kuroko no Basket. I mean, it was
Haikyuu season 1, Stardust Crusaders.
Yes, Stardust Crusade. Yeah, bro, it was a lit season, man.
I remember that was my first season. It's crazy when I started watching like weekly anime seasonal. It was Haikyuu. It was Ping Pong the animation before I dropped it like halfway through because. I don't know. I couldn't. I need to wait for those Blu-rays. I think it was at the time too. I was actually watching Stardust Crusaders, and then as soon as I finished part 1, I just said screw it. I'm just gonna jump into the manga. And by that time, man, I was already in Stillball Run before we got part 2 coming out. So, that was great, man. But let me get these lists real quickly. Straw Hat Gamer says Hunter x Hunter number 1, One Piece number 2, The Promised Neverland number 3, Doctor Stone number 4, and number 5 My Hero Academia. So I'm seeing a lot of My Hero at the 5. So at the very least, it's in the top 5 definitely. I think I won't say too much into it, but some people have different feelings on the current stuff that are going on right now. But I love it because like my love for Persona 4, man. Like the Persona series.
Okay.
There's a certain something about it, but
okay, interesting.
Let's see. Mig says here Hunter x Hunter number 1, One Piece number 2, Haikyuu number 3, My Hero number 4, and Gotama number 5. So I appreciate it, man. Gotama in the 5.
Shout out to Gotama, baby.
Very happy. Yeah, at least he put in his 5. I like Hassan. Shout out to Hassan though. But let me see anyone else's list that they got here. Let's see. Is my boy the Farabin Cycle puts Haikyuu, Promised Neverland, One Piece, My Hero, and then Doctor Stone. Haikyuu no one.
If this was a table of contents, Haikyuu is averaging at least 2. Like it's every list, it's averaging like second and above.
I wish I should have had a generator on the side so it actually shows like for. You know what? I mean, it's already too late because I should have done that before. Like at least to see like how many people will have it in certain spots. But let me see. Oh, Sir Bacon's catching up to Tokyo Ghoul. He said he read chapter 55, but he's hating it. I think something happened in 55. If I
I
remember,
thought no. It's 60 something. Where I think the moment that you're talking about
I
is.
think it is. That might be.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me see.
Because I have that volume somewhere in my house. I don't know where it is though. It's somewhere here.
Let me see. God, I hate. One thing I hate with chat sometimes when you try to scroll up and down, it goes like so fast.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bro, let me see.
Yeah.
I literally had someone's comment. Oh, where is it? Where is this going? Oh yeah, see. Okay, so yeah, Migs I got already. See, Sir Bacon here has his list. It's Hunter x Hunter number 1, My Hero number 2, Haikyuu number 3, One Piece number 4, Doctor Stone number 5. So we got another one in the top 3. What? We're seeing a lot of Haikyuu in the top 3, bro. Yeah, I'm happy, very happy. Let me see. We got another one here. Jesus Christ! See, I saw the golden age right here, bro. Like I thought
the golden age. Hey, shout out to Berserk, bro.
Yeah, Berserk's been killed. Hey, I can't wait. That chapter's coming out this week, apparently.
What?
Yeah, because it's almost because usually like around the 20s every month, so it's coming out soon. It's coming this week.
So I have to deal with Araki because I haven't read Jojolian. I have to deal with Araki this week. I have to deal with Togashi. I gotta deal with Oda, Sarashi, Ishida. Oh, bro, what am I gonna? And then I also have to deal with Gosho because I'm catching up to. Oh my gosh, bro. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Let me see. DJ Miguel. I'm always gonna mispronounce his name, but I always see him in the comments, man. DJ17. He put Hunter x Hunter number 1, Tokyo Ghoul number. Oh, I guess he's saying for all manga. Tokyo Ghoul is not Jump. All Young Jump, but not Weekly Shonen Jump. But he has Hunter x Hunter and he has One Piece there. So very good list. Very good list. Let me see. I don't know when WrestleMania is. I don't really watch wrestling like that, but if you guys are doing a call or stream, I'll get in just to watch Nakamura Styles match, bro. Zoro, listen, man. I already said I'm doing a call after your. I don't. Because I feel like it's risky though during the match and stuff. Because if I have a live reaction, bro, like if I'm flipping my table.
I understand. Les. That's why every year for WrestleMania we always have it after, like an after.
At least be in the threads and then call after. Yeah. So definitely, I mean that's definitely for sure. We're gonna have like a call for sure afterwards.
Because if Nakamura Styles is gonna have us like any Omega match, so like we're gonna be like jumping around, screaming. I'm gonna be sweating.
Bro, if Triple H says, bro, if Vince goes. Give him 30 minutes. What is it? What do you want us to do, Vince? Put some asses in seats.
That's right.
He just does, bro. Can you imagine, bro? Vince is gonna be a gorilla like pacing around and stuff, man. He's gonna be like, "Yo, they didn't tell me nothing about this draft. Like, they didn't know he's this good." Like,
he's gonna be like, "Done. Bring up New Japan Pro Wrestling right now." I'm calling Okada. I'm calling Naito. I don't know the money you want.
Can you imagine, bro? Okada's in like gorilla, bro. He's like, I told you.
He's
the leader. He's the leader.
He's gonna be eating that one burger that he always brings up in the in the commercials. He's gonna be eating a burger. He's like, oh man.
Hey man, this guy went to Whataburger for the first time in his life last year.
That's a shoot.
He said it was godly, so
that's a shoot.
But let me see. WrestleMania is on April 8th. I'm taking that weekend off, strict because I'm not missing because Takeover I know comes out I think around 8 o'clock till 10 normal time. But then Mania's supposed to start at 5.
Yeah, again.
I'm like Vince, bro. He has a pre-show for a pre-show. That guy, I don't know, man. That man's sick in the head.
Yeah, I'll probably be in the for WrestleMania since I say this now, but every year I do the same thing. Every year I say the same thing. I'm like, I'm not watching the pre-show, but when WrestleMania comes around, I end up watching the whole damn thing. It's just the way it is.
You know what angers me, man? If they put Bray Wyatt and like Matt Hardy in like an empty stadium match.
I'm pretty sure they will, bro.
They will, bro. Like
knowing Vince, they probably will.
Ultimate Deletion Part 2. You get like Senor Benjamin with like a lawnmower and stuff.
We're probably gonna get John Bravo versus JD and or like an empty pre-show match.
Hey, that guy took a hiatus, bro, from YouTube.
Who, John Bravo?
Yeah, he did. he got because obviously he didn't have the evidence on the big dog, so
yeah,
he couldn't do nothing. This man mistaken him, I think, for Luther Reigns, bro. I was crying.
Yep. It's crazy. But from what I heard about the Luther Reigns thing is that he had there was like apparently from what I heard, I don't know anything about the story. I was just listening to it. They were saying that apparently he might, or the Luther Reigns thing might have been that Roman used that name in order to like receive these things. So it was something like 4 different accounts that he had, so like I had to get through all those accounts to get to Roman. I'm like, bro, just give up, man. Just give up on
Yo,
the thing. Yeah, this is starting to sound like a movie now, bro.
it is
So,
honestly. This is like you're trying to get into the black organization, but you're just miserably failing, miserably. The Recon. The bad with Ghost, bro. He's my. Yo, hold up, man. That's too funny.
they're just trying to get me, bro. The organization's getting me, bro. I'm high bar on the bus right now, bro. I'm getting to get me, coach.
They're trying to get me coach. He calls like
Yo,
Dwayne Casey, bro. Hey, shout out to Dwayne Casey. He got ejected today's
bro,
game.
shout out to the Raptors, bro. Hey, hold on.
I
I don't
missed
want
the
to.
game, unfortunately, but like I heard that Mark Davis signed with the OKC for like 4 years, 100 million.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah. So Mark Davis now they got a refs in their pocket now. So I don't know.
that. The reason why I say shout out to the Raptors, aside from that they're putting in work, is because I was using them in 2K the other day in a match, and it was Raptors versus Rockets, bro. And my boy was using the Rockets, I was using the Raptors, bro. Let me tell you how my boy DeRozan dropped 35, bro. He was going ham in the paint. Son. Nobody could stop him in the way of the paint, man.
Yeah.
DeRozan gang, baby. And Ibaka was blocking everything in a 5 meter radius, son.
And then, you know what's sad to me, bro? Because I heard it was DeRozan got ejected, it was Ibaka got ejected, and the coach got ejected. So you lost pretty much a candidate for the MVP. You lost a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and then you lost Coach of the Year. Like there's no question.
Yeah.
Casey is Coach of the Year, but like, I mean, I think they were really losing by that point by like 10 or something. And then like I know Russ went in. I know Steve Adams had a freaking amazing game as well.
Yeah.
Like especially Adams, but Adams, yo. I used to think like this guy because he he's talking, I think it was the same guy too about the anime and stuff like he talked like he watched One Piece or something.
he watched Naruto versus Sasuke and Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, so he's that guy like he'd be in like in the back like watching Crunchyroll while while practice going on. He's like hold up, the 1 hour special. But hey man, he turned on his Nan ability and he went in, man. So shout out to Adams. But
shout out to Adams, man.
I mean I can't lie, man. When Silva was saying OKC Raptors in the finals. I would love to see it, but I would love to see us against like the Rockets. But I don't know, man. It depends on what the playoffs are going to offer this year. Because like as you're saying before, with Cavs could switch up things and stuff later on. Boston, if like they get their things going. I mean, they have a few injuries to them. I know Smart's out.
6. They have 6 people out right now, bro.
That's crazy. And then I heard too now like the Warriors got hit with injuries. Like I know Durant's out for a couple weeks or something. And like,
I think that some of that stuff might be BS, bro.
Yeah.
There is no way that all the Warriors players are out, dog. I think some of them are just resting or something, man. Because I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying. I think they're like, whatever, man. We'll get into the playoffs and we'll do good. But maybe that's just the conspiracy theory, and because I don't know, man. There's just too many injuries going on right now in the NBA.
Definitely. Man.
All at once.
What's it called? Zoro, if you want to get into the thing, let me send him the link if he wants to come through. I see him always in the comments. And I'm like, man, I got some of my brother the link, man. But hey, I can't wait for his Knicks, bro, to come back next season. We're fortunate in just hopefully he decides he wants to stay and stuff. Because listen, man, that guy did work for me a couple years ago when he actually was first season. Because I did crazy in the playoffs, bro, for like fantasy and stuff, man. Like shout out to him, bro. He saved me some hard times, man. But like,
I gotta reply to Zoro real quick, bro, because he just tried my heat, bro. He said the Heat might not get into the playoffs. All right, Zoro, bro. If you look on the standings, man, the Detroit. I believe the next team is Detroit, bro. There's no way in the flying flag nards that Detroit is making the playoffs, bro. So let me see. Atlanta's not making it. Orlando's not making it. The Nets damn sure aren't making it. Chicago's not making it. New York's not making it. Charlotte's not making it. Neither is Detroit. It's got to be Miami, bro. It's the process of elimination. It's the process of elimination, bro. We may have a pretty, okay record, but it's not a negative record, man. Detroit and down is all negative records, man. So I think the Heat will make it. They've been on a little bit of a losing grind going on the past couple of weeks, man. But I think they'll get their stuff together. It's just that we're gonna have to face Toronto in the first. If it continues like this, we're gonna have to face Toronto in the first. So it'll be me versus Laz every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna be skipping work and stuff just so I can praise my guys and trash the the Heats.
I'll be trashing on Every the Raptors I could do every year, but I low key respect them because I respect my Canadian brethren. So
Good man, good man, and I respect Dwayne Wade and everything he's put on for the organization. Shout out to his wife.
hey, shout out to the booty eating gang. It's all good, man.
He's a
It's all good
sicko.
out
He's
here.
a sicko for that. But let me see. I think I got another one up here. Okay, so Mind Shack, he puts up Haikyuu number 1, One Piece number 2. 1 and 2 are close, so I got so interchangeable definitely. My Hero number 3, The Promised Neverland number 4, and Doctor Stone at the number 5. Very, very good list right there, man. Doctor Stone, again, I'm seeing a lot of in the 4 or 5 and stuff, so like it's
Pretty impressive considering it's
good.
just starting. It hasn't even reached chapter 50, right? Or has it?
I think recently it was chapter 50 or 51. I have to go look again, but I think it was 50 they're on right
But
now.
that's still really impressive.
Definitely.
Well, that's so. That means it just reached its 1 year. Wow.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was around this time. I think it was it was around this time because when they had the first Jump titles for the Jump Star. Because I forgot what else was there too. We Never Learn, and then there was something else. I'm trying to get back into that because I heard that's actually not too bad as well. Like
I read We Never Learn on in the Jump and Mondays on the Viz Jump.
Yeah.
I read it on there.
But let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to get caught back. I think the last chapter I read was 25, so it's been ages since I read it. But I wouldn't say it's anywhere like it'd be has potential to be like even an honorable mention. But as just something you can read every week and just
Absolutely
what it is. I feel like you know what it is. I think it's a more chill version of like Nisekoi, or when Nisekoi should have been, instead of always trying to go for like all the time trying to go after the main character and stuff, and then nothing happens. But like here they're trying to tell some kind of story where like it's worth like getting into, but it's not something that you could probably put that high up on your list, but something you can respect for what it is.
I'm not gonna lie though, had we done this when Niseko was in his prime, when it was like in chapters like 50s, 60s, I probably would have put Niseko in my top 5, bro. Depending on where the other series were, because I know Toriko was hot at the time and One Piece.
Hey, Toriko might have been the top 1 for me, man. Like
I know 1 year I was in a call, I think it was with Boris, I want to say. He was hosting a stream very similar to this one, and we were asking like what was our top 3 at the time, and I do recall at one point in time I put Toriko number 1 of where it was on a weekly basis, and this is when I was caught up to all of my series, bro. So that's how you know that Toriko was going. No. I think I put it as a tie because at the time I think Gintama was in it, and it was an FS, and I was like, hold on, bro. No, never mind. It wasn't. I think it was a Rakuyo. I don't remember. All I know is I put Toriko number 1 sometime in my life.
I remember this even too, because 2014, like, remember, like, if we're going to 2014, that's like, we're in like to Dressrosa still.
Yeah.
And again, Dressrosa, man, I like, regardless of its pacing and stuff, man, it had some amazing moments.
It was GOAT. I loved it.
Like, I felt like my favorite run of reading it weekly during that time, because Dressrosa was the first arc I actually read weekly before, like, finishing up weekly with Punk Hazard, was when we got to from the Usopp getting his observation of Aki up until the very beginning of like Senior Pink and like Frankie and stuff. Like from those portions, man, were some of the most insane stuff. Like I remember like on the bus going to work and stuff. I remember when the chapter used to come like on Wednesdays. Yeah, I remember, bro, when like it was revealed that Law had like the D in his name. I marked out so much on the bus, bro. I'm like, yes, the D, yo.
The D, bro, the D.
The Chinese lady just looked at me like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
I'll never forget the 3-chapter run that was 729, 730, 731. I marked out for 729. I'll never forget talking to my friends about that one because that's whenever my boy Chris just recently got caught up and we were going crazy. 730, I marked out so hard. This was pre-live reaction. I was marking out so hard in the library, man, and I came home. I did like a 20-minute review. I was going in, but when 731 dropped, bro, that's just I don't even need to talk about 731. When that dropped, like the whole community shook. So those 3 chapters, and then I believe it was from chapter 780 all the way up until at the end of Post Dressrosa. That right there. Well, I thought we were talking about all of Dressrosa. I know we probably want to talk about 2014, but just all of Dressrosa. That part right there, from like 729 to 731, and then from 780 to like 801 was, oh my gosh, man.
My boy Black Reaper says that as soon as you hear the words "Devil Fork," nothing is taking that number 1 spot. I mean, that's factual, man. That Devil Fork in chapter 263 in 263. Bro. Oh my god, dude. I still remember how like that moment was too, when I got caught up. I remember it was like to 292. So when I was reading this stuff, like, you know, catching up and everything, man, it was just so many amazing moments. And then the one moment I get caught up, it's a moment that almost put me in the damn hospital, man. Like, are you serious, bro? What kind of cliffhanger is this for me?
Devil Fork, bro. I think that's when they asked me. I think because I think it was whenever it was during 286, 287, like 293, like whenever it was really really crazy. I think that's whenever they asked me that question. I was like, no, that's number one right now, bro.
Definitely.
Toriko was going ham at that time, man.
That's crazy, bro. But let me see if I get any more comments after, because I know like Tower of God is gonna come out later tonight. So kind of catch that. But let me see. The Heat is a problem in the East. They're a threat. I mean, you know what, man? I can't for the Raptors. I think any team they're gonna be facing in the playoffs and stuff is always gonna be a threat because again, like I don't want to just go based on the season of what they've done. They have to prove in the playoffs. If they clinch the first, hopefully before season's end, I just pray to God that like Lowry and DeRozan don't see the rest of the season just to get like rest. Because they need rest, man. Because we see. I've experienced, man. When these guys are not on their A game, when they're not healthy, man, they aren't going to contribute. And there's no, even despite how good the bench is right now, I'm not going to like put my trust all the way through them because they're supposed to be doing the job. We just come off the bench and do the job while the other guys are resting and stuff.
And everyone's going to be giving their 100% because you always give your 100% towards the number one in the league and they're number one in their debate in their whole conference. So everyone's playing them really really hard every night, and you see them going into overtime games. You see DeRozan having to hit some game winners, and so like it's obvious that both them and the Raptors might be suffering some regular season fatigue if they're not careful. If they're not careful.
For sure. But let me see, because I thought comments over here. Yeah, so Bacon was saying I can't get into We Never Learn. Just feels like the bootleg Sequoia, which oh man. But I don't. Hey man, there's the I can't say anything because the laws of Japan are a little bit different here. So moving on. Oh man, but let's see. It was top one during the pair arc. The pair arc, bro.
The pair,
and then
bro.
Air, man. Oh my god. Hey, shout out to Bombina, bro. Bombina was skipping rocks with mountains.
Yeah. Facts.
That you put the F title on him just for that.
That's
one.
right.
But
yeah, Bambino was that man was the versus strongest at that time, bro.
Yeah, you remember what panel was? I'm trying to remember. Was it? It was like right before. I think it was 299 or 298. Do you remember the one where like Toriko turned around and it was that double spread of him just like looking at from behind?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, he's right there, bro. Yo, early this is, yo. Like,
yeah, bro.
The arc, and then like I don't know, man. The 300s are some amazing. My favorite moments when it comes to manga with Toriko, man.
Yeah, man. Yo, experiencing that weekly was insane, bro. That was so much fun.
When they hyped up the Whale King Moon, bro.
Like, the Whale King, bro. I'll never forget. Like, there's just some moments you don't forget whenever you read manga. It was that one chapter where it showed all the kings, and then the chapter with Acacia. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, bro.
Like, and then I still remember when I have this panel still saved from the first time from Manga Panda, bro. You remember when as soon as Akasha's going up and you see the mouth of Darius, bro? No, but not even Darius, not even that moment ago. I just remember this now. When Bachi, when he was like running with Komatsu, you remember how he runs into Darius and he's like, what is that thing, dude?
Yeah, what is that thing?
Bro, that panel was saved, man. I was just like marking out, dude. I was like, bro, he's disgusting. Like
any Don Slime moment for me was legendary, bro. You know something, Laz? I really really enjoyed that the stuff in Area 6, like underwater. I loved so much of that. I don't even know why I loved so much of that. I really did. It was an awesome adventure arc, and I feel like it'd been a while because we'd been caught up in so much hype. I claimed to Toriko that it'd been over 40 chapters. So we had a full on adventure in a place. Definitely. So I just felt like that was such a really nice cool down, and I think that arc was a pretty good transition into the stuff where everything got crazy, because that was the last actual arc. Everything from then on was just complete and utter chaos.
It was.
But I really enjoyed that arc, man. I feel like if Mitsutoshi would have been able to take his time and fully flesh out the stuff with Sunny and Coco instead of just rushing through their dreams, I feel like, man, Toriko could have had such an amazing Gourmet World arc, man. Gourmet World saga, I should say.
In the space stuff, man. Like, hey, listen, I'm up there with Theory, man. If I could win the lottery, man, I would fund part 3 for Toriko without
absolutely
question. Like if you ask me like my season 3 or whatever, like extra arc or something, like right away Toriko has to get it. There's no question.
You know what Toriko did? Toriko did what Gintama did in that chapter. Where Toriko could have gone on for so many more years after that. That's what Gintama did in that one chapter.
Yeah.
So but the way that Toriko, bro, those last 2 to 3 chapters of Toriko, man, they were so amazing, dog. 395 of dude. That final volume of Toriko needs to drop already.
Thank God I have it in Japanese, bro. And like I think we're on 40 or 41. 40, I
We're
think right
41.
now.
41, I think,
Oh,
is the one
41.
that's coming out next, right?
Yeah,
41.
I got 40 like not too long ago, man. So that's the stuff with Don Slime, bro. And then like Jiro, you know, like because I remember when I watched King of Lightning's reaction to that chapter when Jiro's like, and then he has like the Metal Knight, Meta Knight, like a quote where he goes like, "Now my power is without rival," and I'm like, what? I'm like,
Good.
I was marking dude. I'm like, yo, he brought the Meta Knight quote from Super Smash Brothers, bro. Like, hey, that's one of my favorite voices too, man.
I love Meta Knight, man.
Like,
shout out to Meta Knight.
I have to get the new Kirby game, man. I've heard a lot of good things about that one.
Yeah, man. I've been playing Splatoon again on my Switch. I've been playing it hard. It's just that they've been having this event on Call of Duty that's been keeping me away from my games. But I put all my games down when I started reading Conan, bro. Yeah. Conan is putting all my games to shame right now, dog.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm telling you, man. And then just remember too, because I heard now the rumor of Modern Warfare 2. Warfare 2 apparently is coming out, I think, April 30th? If that comes out, man, listen, it's going to bring me back to my grade 9 days where I skipped, like, a couple weeks of school just to play that game.
Like, this is what I said, bro. I said, I'm not believing it for the time being that it's coming out April 30th. Because Modern Warfare 2 is, I don't care what anybody says, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, I understand. Well, Modern Warfare 3 is the most sold game. Black Ops 2 is the second most sold game. I understand the Black Ops series is the most sold. But what brought Call of Duty into its prime was MW2. And Black Ops 1. So when Modern Warfare 2 gets remastered and you see all the people that really want this game, I do not buy for a second that game's going to be $25 and that it's coming on April 30th. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is a game that you hype up. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is a game that you give out a trailer for during like the NBA Finals and you tell people it's coming out in November. Yeah. Or it's one of those games where that you hype up for months because people love that game so much, man. Like, like me and you, we're just two people out of the millions of people that watch MW2, and we have that game to such high regard. Where it's not even just in terms of Call of Duty. I have Modern Warfare 2 in terms of like my top tiers of all video games. Like, it's my number one multiplayer experience ever. Mm-hmm. You know, so like when MW2 gets remastered, I don't believe for a second that Activision doesn't want to capitalize it on it 100%. Yeah. So I think it's going to be $60. If it comes on April 30th and it's actually $25, oh man, I'm in there. I'll buy 3 copies. I'll buy 3 copies.
4 copies, and I'm gonna give it out to kids at the hospital, man. Like that's
absolutely. Like, I'll buy one for my PS4, one for my Xbox. I'll freaking have a giveaway on the channel if it's $25. Screw that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Honestly.
Bro, yeah, like that's end edition. I already see you buying the collector's edition already. Like,
absolutely, I bought the hardened edition for the original game.
Yeah, like
so
that's wild, man. Like,
yeah, man. If they do it, I know Raven Software is going to be doing it. I just hope that they do what they did for the first month with COD 4 Remastered, because the first month of COD 4 Remastered was amazing. But when they started adding all their guns, which I know they're going to do, but at the very least, I'm going to enjoy that first month with MW2 Raw the same way that it was in the original game. Yeah. Because once they start adding all the weapons, maybe because MW2 was it has so many overpowered guns, it might not matter. Because I don't see them making a gun more powerful than the UMP-45 or more accurate than the ACR.
Yeah, dude.
So we'll see.
I remember UMP-45 with a silencer, man.
Yep. Marathon Stopping Power Ninja.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly.
In there, baby.
Yeah. I won so many battles with that, man. Like.
Yep. And then you'd put on a Harrier Chopper Gunner Nuke or Harrier Pablo Nuke.
Hey, listen, I'm just taking the Harrier Strike and that's it, bro. We're good.
Hey, shout out to Quinn, man. He's a good man.
He's a good man. Like, man. But let me see.
The Gamble's fighter.
Hey, listen, man. Anyone sends me a picture, man, they get blocked immediately. So, let me see. Black Reaper says, "Lads, you need to get to that volume 15 on lock." I already got volume 14, man. Like, I mean, like, but that's the thing. I might have to get 15, but then I want to get 16 because of the recent stuff going on. So it's gonna be so tough.
What's in 14, lads?
14 goes up from. Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Without many spoilers, because
so basically the chapter where there's like no dialogue.
Oh, that's in there.
That's the first chapter. The first one. So the no dialogue chapter, and then it ends off at It ends. I'm trying to like think of like how to say this. So it's the one where it's a Mutsuki thing. The Mutsuki thing.
Oh, okay. 152.
Yeah, so it ends right there, basically. Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Some
dude,
gold
that stuff
stuff.
is gold.
I was really wishing they put the chapter before the dialogue in there, but I understand why for cliffhanger reasons to make you buy the
Yeah.
volume, which is smart
Yeah.
business moves and stuff. But like,
Absolutely. Can you
oh,
imagine being a volume to volume reader and you end the volume like that? Oh my
bro,
gosh.
that's too, bro. It seems like there's only one word in all of it. Toka, 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 toka.
Don't
Like,
cut the
shout out to Neon Genesis,
game
man. Like,
over, baby. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man. Yo, Laz, bro. I'm telling you. Whenever you start watching Ava, or whenever you watch at least Ano's version, because I know you read the manga. When
right.
you watch Ano's version of Ava, you're gonna understand like so many things that Ishida has like. Well, like so many things that Ava influenced Ishida's work in terms of like the way that he structures certain
Yeah.
things. Because listen, man, I know you're an Asuka tard, yo. Asuka was the one that gave birth
Yeah.
to that toka thing. So
Exactly, man. Like Asuka, bro. Like when she listen, man. If we get anything closer to like later editions of like Neon, somehow like Z 26-year-old Asuka, man. Like I'll
yeah,
tell you, man. She's washing every other woman, man. The only person I would put her there like close is Nami.
that's factual.
Yep.
Yep, Nami's still number one. Shout
Faye,
out to
Faye Valentine, man. Is she's cool. She's slowly going up there for me, man.
oh
Like
man, Faye is a oh man, I don't blame you for that, bro. Faye's also up there for me. Fujiko Mine from Lupin the Third is
definitely.
also up there for me as well.
Right.
But Faye, bro, Faye's just that's class,
It
dog.
is.
Class. She's
It,
fine. She's gold.
yeah, she is, man. But bro,
Crazy
I forgot what
character.
episode was this, 18 or 19, where you get like the episode with the VHS. I got
Oh
past that point.
yes,
I finished up that episode, so I still have like the last Blu-ray to watch. But man, that was
nice.
some powerful stuff because like it just straight to the point, man. Like trying to like
Hmm.
realize what was going on with this girl and like trying to find her memories, man. It was just like
Yeah,
and it's just like there's
yeah,
no tears,
that was some
there's
good
no
stuff right
tears or
there.
nothing. It's just like she knew
Mm,
like who that girl was, man. And then, like that's what
mhm.
hurt, man. It's like keep on doing your thing. Like I believe in you. It's like oh man,
It was beautiful. It
so
was
dope,
beautiful.
man.
That's a really really good episode, man.
But I'm telling you though, I think when we do like the anime draft and stuff, like I guess like an anime and like whatever episode we want to associate with, I might
Okay.
have to take episode 5, bro. Bebop. I don't know.
You say that now, Laz, but you haven't watched the last couple episodes, bro.
I know that's not saying, but
You
I
haven't,
love that OST too
bro.
much, bro.
There's one episode in the last couple episodes of Bebop that was only dethroned recently by Gintama 305, bro. It took Gintama 305 to take it up from his spot. It's a gold episode, Laz. It's a gold episode.
Okay. Well, looks you know what, man. Since I'm off until Monday afternoon for work, I might have to watch it in between the time before my stream. So I don't know. I might have to, man. I'm a sicko, but. Obviously, Shrek says, "Have you watched Your Lie in April?" I seen it on Netflix a lot. I
Yes,
need to watch it. I need to watch it,
Laz, you need
man.
to watch it, bro. It's greatness.
Not too many things. Not too
Greatness.
many things. Damn it.
Yeah, there are too many
Uh,
things, man. You're right.
I might have to go on a
Wait.
sabbatical or something. I don't know. And then I come back, bro, and I'm gonna like be a manga tard
You,
after. Like,
your line in April. I will say this: when it comes to your line in April was one of those series that I enjoyed the journey so much. That was another one of those series that I did in that weekly experience, the late 20 or early 2015, alongside with Parasite,
right.
and it was one of those series that I feel like during that season there was a certain thing for everything. Like Parasite to me hit every single note. That's why that was my favorite of that season, one of my favorites ever. But Your Lie in April really hit on the importance of living and the importance of characters and the importance of because it is I do count it sort of like a sports series. I
Yeah.
really do. But at the same time, it's a sort of what watch it just watch. I'll stop. I'll just say this: it has one of those OSTs that you can just listen to it whenever. It
Yeah.
has like a Persona level OST.
You know, because the thing is, like, my brother, like, because he watched like a little bit of Your Lie in April, and he sent me some of the
Yeah,
OSTs like to listen to for piano. And I there's one in particular I listened to that for
yeah.
some weird reason reminded me of The Gray Man, and I think if you
Okay.
fit some of that OSTs in there into The Gray Man, you wouldn't notice it was from another series. Like you just think you were like, listening to like a The Gray Man episode and like listen to the OST for
Yeah,
it. But
I can see it.
I need to watch it, man, because I remember I had like 5 OSTs like saved for
Yeah.
that, like. And I was told like,
It,
and that's the thing, like now, like especially as a fan of anime, like never to search up the OSTs because you'll be spoiled sometimes with
factual.
some titles, which is scary.
Factual. That's why I haven't searched up the Conan OSTs, even though
You
I
should
really want
don't,
to.
yeah,
I want
no,
to search
because
it up so
listen, bro,
bad.
like when I got caught to the manga, I decided to look for it. I'm like, okay, that makes sense why I should have never checked it
Yeah,
out. Like,
yeah. I'm really really happy. I haven't searched up the openings, endings, OSTs, nothing,
yeah,
nothing,
thank God,
nothing.
man. I've been lucky. Wasn't spoiled, nothing, man. Like it just. It's a journey, bro. I don't know. I haven't felt like that in a long time since maybe like with One Piece, Kingdom, like
Yeah,
on that tier, man. Where it's just like
that's
you want
that's
to
how I
you.
feel. Last
It's like
I have
you want to stop.
it's it's like Steel Ball Run to me, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Steel Ball Run.
Damn, man.
Oh my gosh.
Like I can't wait.
By the way, lads, I read volume 1 of Golden Kamuy. I really liked it.
Yeah, Conway.
I really like it.
Listen,
Yeah.
I still got I haven't read volumes 2 and 3 because now the anime is so close and stuff. But like, I can't wait to see it, man. Because people have been hyping up the recent events in the manga. So
Yeah.
like, I can't wait to see all this adapted. And I know my boy Auntie, he's like a massive fan of Golden Kamuy. I know like he's been hyping up too, and like I can't wait for the anime. Man. Yo, this spring season in general is gonna have so much content coming out.
Dude, I can't wait for TG. I can't wait for Boku no Hero, Steins Gate Zero. We're gonna have an Fist and North Star. We're gonna have a sequel to one of my favorite series ever, a series you're currently catching up to, Ashita no Joe.
You know what the sad part is, bro? Is screw Srirachi for what he did because I do know what transpires, but to get to the get point to how it happens, I want to know because I think it's because now I'm so more like emotionally invested into Joe. And I'll say this without going too much detail, but when I read volume 8, right? Because I have no idea what chapters there are. Like, literally, the way I read it, it just goes by volume. But when I read volume 8, man, and I don't care if I have to hunt down the human being that owns like whatever the final copy of volume 8 in its original thing, I have to get it, bro. That ending is like it's one of those like it's like because you know how like now in the manga they make a big deal of like something happening. They made a big deal of it in a small freaking panel.
Amazing.
And then the build up to the reaction, and I'm just like, oh, and then it's like you go from 9 to 12, where it's like I wasn't hating it, but it's like when you hate seeing someone go through something.
Yes.
And that bothered me so much.
I understand.
You're better than this, bro. You're better.
I was mad. I was so mad, bro. Or not even mad, but like the same thing that you had. I was like, I'm reading this because it's so good, but I don't want to. Like, I don't want to see somebody go through something like this.
Like I'll say like where I'm at because I haven't said anything yet on Twitter because I know my boy Critic was trying to get into it and I don't want to spoil him, but I said,
understood.
I told I was on volume 15, so basically I'm at the part where Joe meets the champion for the Pacific champion.
Yo,
and I got past his backstory basically where the whole war stuff, and dude, that's some messed up stuff. Man.
Yeah, yes it was.
And it builds up his character too because of like how like he's able to like keep his weight and everything. Like it's just wild, man.
I'll tell you this when it comes to A&J. I love what you said the other day on Twitter about like it was made in the 60s. When I look at a lot of series all these years later, Joe is truly timeless, man. You see Ashita no Joe and you're just like, there's so many series that still haven't gotten it right, and this thing got it right before everybody else did. Yeah. Like it's so good. It's a sports series, but it does not restrict itself to just the fundamentals of the sports. It goes beyond that. It goes to the story of the characters' lives itself, man. And I love that so much. That's why I love the beginning of Joe so much, because I always wanted to see a series unlike the way that Rainbow did it. Because I watched Rainbow before I read Joe. Yeah. And after reading Joe, I'm like, yo, Rainbow had this to inspire from. Rainbow had a better prison part. You know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but the after that, I mean, Joe killed it. Easily. But I feel like that part right there was necessary to what we got later on. But what I'm trying to get to is that, man, you're so right from what you said, bro. Like the series was made in the 60s, and you're like, this guy was a genius, man. Can you imagine giving this to your editors? Like, they're not gonna love this.
Yeah,
they're not gonna like
this time and day and age now. I don't think so, man. Like, especially if you think of like how long it took the prison stuff to get to the Rikishi stuff. And let me say this right now, man. Rikishi, he might be up there for one of my favorite all time, man. Side characters that came through, man. Like,
he's going, yeah.
So wild, bro.
That's Joe has a lot of 5-star classics that they had one, and they've had, listen, man, the first, I thought their first one was GOAT. And I remember you were telling me that there was a certain thing about Haikyuu, right. Where you told me that like it takes place in a certain place where like that's what makes it so crazy that it's a 5-star classic. And that's how I felt about their first encounter in Joe. It's like, bro, this junk is happening in some muddy ass thing in a prison. And it's still GOAT. It's still super GOAT.
And that's the thing. How it ends volume 1 is like he just shows up in there, and it's just like, bro, what do we do? Like, what is he like? Where does the story go from there? And then like,
exactly.
Oh man, but it has some great setup, man. And shout out to Danpei.
Danpei's the GOAT.
That guy is sick in the head too. I remember I got past a part where I think he was coming back. Like, this is the one they got like the new gym, right? So like he's like drunk out of his mind. He goes on to the Bridge of Tears. I love that name, the Bridge of Tears.
Yeah, I love it too.
He's like, we're walking across the same bridge, Joe. Like, and it's like everyone. It's like, and then man, Yoko, I want to respect her, but there are times I'm just like, yo, Joe, listen, man, this is the '60s. You could have gone away with it, bro. There was a part, bro, I lost it because like she called him down for something, I think, to like one of the sit down next to her, and this man jumped from like one like area of his seat to another. I thought this man was going for a drop kick. I'm like, bro, what? Nah, man, nobody's not gonna let that happen. And like this, oh man. But Yoko upset me so much because she's like the devil technically. Because like, you remember like after the events with Rikishi, you know, Rivera coming in there.
Oh, Rivera!
When I read that, dude, when I read his fight, man, in volume 14. Oh
yeah, volume 14 was gold, man.
And then, bro, it pissed me off, man. Oh, because I don't want to say too much too, but yo, that one panel, Joe, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, his face at the airport, dude.
Greatness.
So good.
Greatness, bro.
But I can't wait, dude, man. Like I'm trying to get caught up soon because like I still got to do the 1K video, and like the reason why I delayed it so much because when I was reading Joe, I was thinking to myself, man, am I potentially reading a top 5 series? And I didn't want to feel content with making that video until I've read it. And then when I read it, I'm gonna say, you know what, man, the thing is right now, as I'm feeling right now, it's definitely my 4 or 5 at the very least. At this pace, I don't know, but it could though, man. Like
that's where it is on my list, bro. That's where it's just. I want you to wait though to make a declaration until you finish, and whenever you do finish, regardless of who gets to you first, whether it's me or Quinn, of we send you because you have to, after you finish the last chapter, you have to watch that last episode.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that because I haven't watched the anime, but what I do know is that from what I watched from the last episode, that anime was godly, and that jump was made in the 70s, baby. Yeah. Shout out to the 70s, man. Baba was still going in strong. Man. He was in his prime.
Baba and Naoki, man, they were about to start 2 of the greatest companies in the history of wrestling, man.
Facts.
Yo,
facts.
So good, man. But let me get a few more questions in because I think we're gonna wrap it up soon. Anyway, we've been streaming for how long? Every time we can do an hour, almost like an hour 30. But shout out to everyone that came through. I think we had like 36 people now. I think we're at 30 or something right now at the moment, which is pretty crazy, man. On a 26 right now, that's dope, man. Like the stream, you guys enjoy it. You know, appreciate you guys coming through. You know, just an impromptu stream, just talking about Jump. Now we're just talking about anything, but I mean, that's the whole point of these Issa Chill streams, man. We just have like any conversation just about anything. The main topic will be talked about for a couple minutes, and then it just goes into you know, chaos basically. That's all it goes. But let me get these comments to see what else. Okay, I saw some stuff. Yeah, Golden Conway. I'm on Black Reaper says I'm on chapter 20 of Kingdom. It's my bus ride manga. I like that. I like that wording. It's like you're traveling, and then it's like going different. I remember that with One Piece. I remember when I was reading Skypiea. I was reading it on my way. It's like going like on the trains, going to work and stuff at my other job, and like I remember like. That's like one of those things, man. I love train rides, if anything, when it comes to that, because like especially if you're like sitting back and reading stories and stuff, and you imagine like you're in a whole different place. It's amazing. But that's how
I caught up to Ass Class. I'll never forget that. That's how I caught up to a lot of series like Ass Class, Toriko was just that was my bus ride series. A bit before I got my car back in like 2013 2014 and man, dude, like it's and then whenever you have like I have another like other series that I read whenever I go on break at work, like that's how I read Feng Shenji. Have you ever read Feng Shenji last?
I've heard of it, I just never got it. Is that a manhwa?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I've never seen it.
Feng Shenji was my go to break and get hyped series, and then Conan right now is my get off work and just lay down, relax, and get inspired series. That's Conan for me right now, man.
Yeah, I want to see. The Fervent Cycle. I need to get back onto this one, but he says, "Have you watched or read Monster?" I had Monster. I had Monster on episode 27. And I've been waiting to see if Quentin will let me know when Monster, the DVDs and stuff, because they have it there, right? If there's going to be a price drop or anything. Because, dude, I want to own Monster on DVD, man. At least own it, bro. But, like, because in North America, we have, like, the first 2 sets. And that's, like, nothing. And I'm like, yo, like, I want to own the manga, but the anime is so goat.
The manga? I only watched the first 5 episodes of the anime. But, man, bro, if you got to transition to the manga, do it, bro. The manga's gold, man. The manga is fire for Monster.
Because of Viz, they released like 2-in-1s, those really like beautiful covers and stuff for Monster. I own the first one, and I'm thinking like, because I still gotta finish 20th Century Boys, man.
Yes,
I've been holding back this cash, man. I'm like, yo, I need to like just buy these volumes, bro. I don't care anymore, like, just so I can read it. I need to finish 20th Century Boys, then jump on Monster again, and then start Pluto, because Pluto for years, man. I've wanted to read this thing so bad because I've heard it's supposed to be some of like the greatest stuff ever told. It's supposed to be like Urasawa's best work. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, some people say
Wow.
it's his best, and I'm thinking like
Wow.
in 8 volumes, I'm like, because of my boy NZ Anime Manga. Shout out to him because I remember seeing
Yeah.
his manga recommendation for it. He sold it on me. He's like, I have to get into it, but I don't know how to
Yeah.
get into it. Do I like wait for like the anime, which is gonna be coming out in a few years?
Yeah.
You know, like
I'll tell you this, man. Pluto is the one that I haven't caught up to. I remember I read the first volume back whenever I was in part of the Manga Time podcast. Back when
yeah.
shout out to them. That I love that podcast to death. But
Well, isn't that
that
with
was
what's her name? Oh my god, I'm trying to remember her name now. But like, it's Oh, but I know what you're talking about. It's like those 4 people, right? It was like.
oh no not it wasn't there. It was it was me, Mecha Moose.
Oh, okay.
We had our own podcast.
Oh, okay,
Andrew,
okay.
like
Yeah,
it was it was pretty nice. But uh, I've read Billy Bat, 20th Century Boys, and Monster, and they're all to me. They're all to me at the very least 9.5s out of 10. Like if I'm going numbers, all for me, right? But when it comes to Pluto, that's the last one that I've yet to read. So what you're telling me is that after Conan, I need to read Pluto. That's what you're telling me.
I mean, like,
That's what you're telling me. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard people say, man, it's some of the best stuff. Like, I still need to finish up Billy Bat. Like, I think I was like 10 chapters in before I put it on hold.
Bro, Laz, you have to stop yourself, bro. Yeah, because Billy Bat is super addictive, man. It's super,
I know, dude. Like,
super addictive, bro.
That's the thing. But after I read Conan, it's like I need more stuff that's gonna keep me like going. You know, because like I don't want that thing where it stops and it's just like, okay, what do I do next? But like,
Gotcha.
There's too many things there now, man. Like, shout out to Urasawa gang.
Urasawa's one. I know that I remember we used to have the Inoue versus Urasawa things, and I had Inoue over Urasawa until I read Billy Bat. Because the thing is when I compare those three, when I compare Slam Dunk, Vagabond, and Real to Billy Bat, Monster, and 20th Century Boys, I love those series so much. Slam Dunk for me is in 20th Century Boys are like neck and neck. I have Real right next to like Monster, like neck and neck. And I have Vagabond, I have Billy Bat, and they're neck and neck. But the thing is, for the type of stories that I like, man, as much as I love Inoue's works, bro, Urasawa is just he's insane. He's insane, bro. Urasawa greatness, baby.
Yeah, and there's another one too. My friend Sir Bacon. Because he the AVI man, and I've heard about Yotsuba for a long time too. And just for him, I might have to get into it. I might have to get to Yotsuba.
What's it called?
Yotsuba.
Yotsuba. Yeah. Do you know what it's about?
You know what, man? I've seen it so many times in like manga shops and stuff, like the volume covers, and I know my boy NC I think talked about it once upon a time. But I've always seen like I love the art style for it. Like it looks really cool and shit. So like I don't know, man. There's just so many. There's so many series, man. There's so many series.
I see it now. I've seen this before. Yeah. I've just never read it or watched it if it has an anime.
Yeah. Hey, my shout out to Henry Goldberg just came through, my boy. But man, let me see his comments. What else we got here? Dragon Maid Cafe Calico. Is that the French anime that's gonna be coming out? I'm trying to remember, man, because I know there's a French series that's coming out called The Radiance or something in the summer, and it's supposed to be like some people say like it's like as good as like like it's like the French version like Boku no Hero in terms of like its popularity and I guess like similarities and stuff or whatever for it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the one you're saying. Thoughts on Tokyo Pop when they went under? You know what, man?
Tokyo Pop.
I never owned any volumes though for Tokyo Pop stuff, but I know that's what series was it that was like huge? That was a Tokyo Pop, and then eventually they move over to Viz.
Well, I know Parasite went.
Yeah, Parasite I remember was one, but there was another big one too. Well, what was it? Wasn't Slam Dunk? There was another company that was before Viz that had it, and then eventually Viz outright bought it. Then like they had sold Slam Dunk. I remember there was another company. But I'm thinking like, yo, like what are these companies doing here, buying like all the greatest series and then they're not publishing it? Like,
I'm stressing
hard, bro. But let me see. Monster's a masterpiece to me. The Alfervent. I might have to get into Monster. I don't know, man. I might have to like quit my job or something. I might have to quit my job.
Bro. Monster. Dude, I feel you so hard, Laz, bro. Like before I go to sleep, I'm gonna read some more Conan and maybe even watch a little bit more. Whenever I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, because I'm gonna do the same thing I did on Friday. Yesterday, Saturday. Yeah. Well, whenever I was working, I was like, man, dude, I just want to go home and finish this case, dog. Like, that's all I want to do, coach.
That's the worst part is like when I was doing the reactions, like I had to wait, bro. I remember Quentin and Tim, and Elias. I had to wait from I think it was a Thursday up until a Monday to do a reaction. And I'm just like, bro, I could have been caught up to the manga.
Yeah, I think you understand this. Maybe I can relate to this in terms of Kingdom, where during the coalition I had to stop during
Yeah.
multiple points because I was doing reactions, bro. You know how hard it is to stop the coalition, bro.
Listen, bro, I took a day off work, man, just to read that thing in one sitting. And it was the greatest choice of my life. Like, cause then after that, I was 30 chapters away from getting caught up, and I'm like, yo, we're in there, man. Shout out to June 8th, 2014, bro. We chapter 392, man. Like history of King Killing, bro. Like, oh, I still remember that chapter printed in my head because that's exactly when Turner Farmers started releasing the chapters weekly, like a couple weeks after. And I'm just like, bro, thank God, like, there's a God that exists that allows me to read something so amazing. Shout out to Kingdom, man.
Shout out to Kingdom.
Top tier manga, and I think we're getting a chapter probably on Tuesday or something. So looking forward to that, man. Probably get a discussion or something going on because I've been slacking on doing my Kingdom discussions, man. So because I got the Tuesdays and Wednesdays off now, man. You know what? We might have to do a Kingdom discussion if you're.
Also, you traded Raw for SmackDown now. You're gonna be watching SmackDown.
Yeah, no, listen, man. I heard Dragon 06 might be making a comeback. So Jesse James, he might have booked the middle, but I still can't believe people wrote that.
Bro, did you see the Snapchat? The one that the video everybody was sharing, where Road Dogg was in the back, right outside a gorilla.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna go ruin SmackDown. That is insane.
He's like, all right, see you later. I'm gonna go ruin SmackDown now. And he walked into the room.
Like,
oh, this guy's a troll.
Oh man. Let's see. Blackbeard is the strongest character in One Piece. You agree? Will he get his shot at Kaito the Beast? James, I don't know, man. I would love to see Kaito show up at like Wano to obtain Kaito's fruit because I know it's been a theory for years and stuff. People saying that's gonna happen, but I don't know how he would show up because I heard that question I saw earlier because I think I forgot who was asking, but I think it was the Fairvin. Something about chapter 900 for One Piece and what we think is gonna happen. I still believe, like, again, I'll go this to my dying grave, man. But if Stussy pulls up, man, and she goes in her pocket, and I see like a transponder snail, I don't care what color it is, man. I already know my theory is coming true. Like the Buster Call gang, man. Like,
oh yeah, dude, trust me, man. If that theory comes true for you, man, I know you've been saying that junk since like the early as freaking 800s.
Yeah, like as soon as Pudding whispered, like, that Arouge was coming, like
Rouge.
Because I remember, bro, I'm like, what could she have said, man? Like, because I remember like plotting this originally was like, she was gonna like, finally, use her clairvoyance, I guess, like from her expert vision or whatever, right, to figure out like what kind of gifts they would bring, and like it just made so much sense at the time. But I'm like thinking like it's, even if it doesn't happen from Pudding, the fact that it was CP0 agents there, man, it just it has too much, and especially depending on how the Big One pirates are right now, because like I think if something, if the majority of the army's gone and Big Mom is like right now in her toothpick version, like she ain't had a meal in a hot minute, and Capone decides like, you know what, man, we're gonna air her out. We gotta erase history. I think for them, they gotta kind of erase the history and stuff, man. Like, oh man.
If there's a Buster Call, man, I'll tell you what, lads, bro, it's gonna shake the very core of that whole world.
It would.
It's gonna shake it more than Morgan's releasing news about Luffy defeating Kaito, or about Luffy doing this to Big Mom's territory. It would be crazy than that, because people would say the government took out Big Mom's island, like their main island. That's gonna destroy the balance in power. That by itself would without question. If they Buster called Big Mom's Island, they would have to dedicate one entire, maybe even 2 chapters to the reactions of the world, because that would disrupt the balance of power so much that they would have to do something immediately.
Yeah, and
ASAP.
And then Black Reaper's asking like, if it does happen, which admiral's coming? I've already said it before. Green Bull's making his appearance, and then when he gets done with whatever's going on, he's chasing the Straw Hat straight to Wano, and then we're gonna see more of him after, because I really think Fuji's not going to end up showing up until like, the Reverie. He's going to be over there, and I think I don't think they need, like, again, Kizaru might end up being there too. There's no need for 3 admirals or stuff, man. So like I think like that's a perfect time for him. And again, like I keep saying, if Big Mom's in a weakened state and her crew's gone, there's almost like, regardless, a skinny Big Mom against an admiral, man, where she's like barely like walking, like she looks like she needs like a Happy Meal, man. Like, and I'm putting my mama chips on Green Bull. He or she, whatever ability they have, I'm putting my chips on them, man. Like,
I can't. I can't put my chips against Big Mom. Yo, that's like
I'm only saying this because she's weak right now.
No, I understand.
Yeah, if she has that balloon like wrapping around her, man, then like listen, no one's touching her. She's keeping the title. Like,
yeah, Big Mom right now. She's one of the most protected characters in the verse. So like Vince or Oda. I said Vince. Oda's. Oda's keeping the belt on her for a little bit, yo.
You know, if I start seeing like words and stuff show up in like the chapters, like in the screen and stuff, bro, I'm done, bro. He's gonna say done. Oh man, but even if it doesn't even work, you know, like even like if they were to tank it, how impressive would that be if they were to tank it? Let me see that.
Absolutely.
Hey, James, also the subscription, man. Thanks for coming through. But how dope would that be though? Like if for the first time in its history, right, the ultimate attack of like the Marines is stopped by the Yonko. That'd be gold. Like imagine like all these bombs coming out and it's like nah. Like you ain't gonna have it. Like you're gonna take her.
Like you have Smoothie out there, Snack. You got possibly even Commodore getting up or whatever. And just fending off this mass Buster Call. Like what is this? You call this a mass attack?
Yeah, bro. It's just like it's nothing to her. Like, and I mean that's the thing. I think a Yonko should be able to tank it, but if they're in the dire straits and stuff, I can see potentially that's where like comes to an end for them, man. But like,
well, even if they are in dire straits and they do fend off a Buster Call, that's even more impressive.
Because that shows something about the crew's durability as a whole. Because like they ain't gonna let they can't let anything like that touch them. If they stop that, man, like. Cause you imagine, bro, Kaito's crew, like what they can do. Shanks' crew on Hockey alone. Remember we saw the three admirals with the wall. That's all they would do, man. They would just make a wall with their hands up and shit, man. They'll be like, nope. Yep.
Like Yasop, they don't have to worry about anybody coming in radius. Yasop is at the moment he senses somebody, he's sniping him quick scope.
Yeah,
he's quick scoping.
This man said he can shoot the antenna of an ant from miles away, and I'm like, I believe you.
Yeah. Hey. He's the best sniper in Call of Duty history, bro.
Shout out to Father, man. Like
Father. The flask.
The flask is coming in at chapter 900. Let me see. James says, did you read my question about do you reckon this arc wraps up around chapter 912? Will next week's chapter be mostly about Big Mommy and the cake? I said this. I already said before. My number for where I see Whole Cake Island ending is 905. I do see it around there, especially if say the bus call ends up happening. Like for those to say like the Straw Hats to be able to escape afterwards, they're gonna have to use that time to escape. And I think if Jerma gets caught up in the mix or something, depending on what Stuzzy says, because she could relay that information and say they try to make an alliance with Big Mom, so they might end up getting captured or something. Like it kind of just depends. But I think once Sanji and Luffy make that move, because I still think that it might be Judge that ends up meeting up with Sanji instead of like Snacker them, considering like how close now that he's getting towards the ship. And I think it might be where it's a final confrontation, they talk or something, and then Sanji just he gets the pathway through or something, or maybe he ends up throwing Luffy onto the Sunny, and then he decides to help him out for like a few seconds or whatever. Like I don't know, man. I'm really interested in seeing what Oros wants to do with this, because I think the way he ended last week's chapter, like he could have literally had like Luffy and the Sanji just make it to the ship. Absolutely. But the way he ended, it's like anything could possibly happen at this moment. And it's just like now just build suspense. Like is Judge gonna show up as like Snack, or someone gonna come through? Like we're gonna have to see. But he said 905 is where I see the arc ending basically, and what I think that, like sooner or later Big Mom has to eat the cake. I think the longer we wait, I feel like it kind of holds back other things that could be happening, because by that time that's already like end game stuff for the arc. Once she eats that thing, then it's like we're really coming towards like the end of it. So
I'm gonna go ahead and go with anywhere between chapter 900 and 910, and I don't mean like the entire thing ending at 900. What I mean is post Whole Cake starting from 901 onwards.
Right.
But or it's like I'm saying post Whole Cake is gonna start anywhere between chapter 900 and 910, because this arc can go on for another 10 chapters, or it could end in about 2 or 3. But I'm just saying the regular arc, because I still believe that even though we're getting Reverie right after, I still believe there's going to be a post arc.
Oh yeah, for sure, it has to be. Yeah, for this it has to be at least a post arc. Yeah. Even if it's not fully dealing with the stuff that's going on Whole Cake Island, we have to see like everyone's reactions of what's going on outside, preparing for the next events after. So and
then the post arc transitions into the Reverie. It could even be half and half. Like in the middle of post Whole Cake, we transition into Reverie, whatever the case may be. But I see it between 900 and 910. The post Whole Cake starts. I like your prediction of 905. Remember we were talking about this last time on a stream. But 905 is a good number, because 905 we could be in the middle of post Whole Cake, maybe starting it, or the case may be. It's just it's a nice even number. I'm just wondering what Oda's gonna do for 900 specifically,
Yeah, because he can do
because
anything.
knowing Oda and knowing Jump, we're probably gonna go on break after next week's chapter, and then we're gonna come back, color page, cover page, so there were 900 chapters of the best-selling manga in history.
Yeah.
And what is he gonna include in that chapter? Because 800 was a legendary chapter, 700 was a legendary
It
chapter,
was.
600 was a legendary chapter, 500 was a legendary chapter.
Yeah.
So like just going back to the histories of One Piece, the 100s are a big milestone. So
Just 100 in general. I was rereading
yeah,
the Logtown arc, man. Like, yo, chapter 100 itself is
yes,
the spookiest 100 I've ever read, man. Like,
it's I have a poster of it in my room. It's a phenomenal chapter.
oh
But
shit.
dude, can you believe, Laz? And I was planning on making I still am planning on making a video slash stream about this later on in the week. But can you believe we're after 900, we're gonna be 100 chapters away from chapter 1000 of
Yeah.
One Piece, bro?
That's 2 years, possibly maybe three, depending on breaks, man. In
Yeah,
between, like that's gonna be incredible. Like just because, like, I know for like a lot of people, even before myself, who've been with the series, since maybe like the Arlong Park or even
yeah,
like
man.
those days and stuff. And it's just like
Mhm.
for them, it's like like the diehard fans of the series who've been there since like the beginning of time. It's like
Yeah,
you feel like again like you're part of the Straya crew. You've been with them on that journey for so long, and then to finally be at that mark with Oda. Like you were with Oda this whole entire ride, man. It's just like now you're here.
absolutely.
It's like you can really look back and look at that first chapter and then 1,000 and see how much things have changed. And
Hmm.
it's gonna be an incredible moment. I hope to God I'm here still to be able to cover chapter
Yeah,
1,000. There's gonna be without question I have to be here for it. But
yeah,
when it happens, man,
agreed.
even 900, I can't wait for. But 1,000
Oh
happens,
yeah,
man. It's gonna
yeah.
give me the same vibes I had with Ippo's 1,000, with Conan's 1,000, which when you experience that, it's gonna be amazing.
I
But
can't wait, dude. Elias, he sent me a DM. He was like, "Yo, 500 plus for Conan is super fire." But he told me 1,000, and he all he put was like goat, and he spammed it like the Toka chapter.
yeah,
Go 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 go.
you know
I
what?
was like, "All right, man. All right, bro."
You know what I'm gonna say, man? For chapter 1,000 prediction, and again, I'm going back to the Logtown thing. I think we're finally gonna see the meeting between Luffy and Dragon at 1,000.
For 1,000?
I think so, in some
Oh,
shape or form. Because I feel like the 100, there's a weird meaning for that, man. Because like
yeah.
when they were in the same vicinity, I think Oda might be setting up something for that.
Okay.
I can't see him setting up like some random other
I
chapter,
can see
but
him doing it just because it's Oda. I can see it.
but it's like
Yeah.
it depends because like on the pacing too. Because by the time we should be in Wano, I can't see Wano being less than 100 chapters at the
Yeah.
very minimum and stuff.
Wa-
But like
Wano's gonna be very long. It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
very goat, but it's gonna be a very long arc.
considering that that should be like the conclusion of Kaito's part in the story, basically.
Yeah.
Because like by that time he should be already fallen. Like that's when like the dominoes start to really pick up after and towards
It,
its end.
it's gonna be crazy living in a world, last or specifically living in the One Piece community that I've been in for so long. Where the main topic of discussion has been what's going to happen with Kaido, what's going to happen with the Yonkos, what's going to happen with Wano. It's going to be a very weird world in the One Piece community after Wano, and we're going to be like, yo, like after that. Well, of course, by that point we'll know what we're doing next.
Yeah.
But can you imagine of the One Piece community after Wano ends? Like we're going to be like, bro, we're close to Rafta, we're close to Elbaf.
I
Like
know.
it's in reach. It's in reach, bruh. And then after Wano, we're gonna have so many things with the Kozuki clan with the Poneglyphs. We're gonna know so much more about the Void Sentry, Roger, the One Piece. Like, it's. I
Yeah.
mean, man,
Because like
it's. We're gonna know so much compared to now, just based off of Reverie and Wano together, and then maybe even post Whole Cake, we might get something important like that too.
yeah, I remember one of the things I talked about was like, let's say for example, there's some kind of conversation between, like, let's say a Big Mom survives, whatever, right? Something happens,
Yeah,
and they have a conversation. I would love to see something where, if possible, with her fruit, that she can tell, that Big Mom can tell, like, to Luffy how long he has left to live, considering that his life force has been such a big thing in the story. I
hmm,
think it could be something like with Death Note, where like with the eyes, how you can see someone's like
yeah,
lifespan, how long it's left. I think
hmm,
if she could do something like that, how scary would it be for Cliffhanger as they're walking on the island and stuff, and then she says like the actual number, and then and then you're thinking as the reader, and then like let's say Luffy's the only one who know, like let's say they don't know, it's only the Big Mom that says it, like the reader knows,
yeah.
but they don't know, and it's
Okay.
like with Luffy, it's like like how long he has left, and it's like what does he plan to do, like
What
how he's gonna deal with that,
what
like
if see now this is where Luffy would solidify himself as the king when he already is. It's one of my favorite characters.
yeah.
What about if we as the reader never okay, how do I put it, like so Big Mom, he says it, but it's like wrung out by another sound. The Straw Hats hear it, but we don't see it as readers.
Yeah.
But all we see is that like the whole like everybody in the Straw Hat crew is just like shook, and Luffy just turns around and he's like, oh, and he starts picking his nose. He's like, yeah, all right, screw it. I don't
Or
care.
do he says like if he says back like in chapter 2 where he goes, oh well, if I die, I die. Like
That's
if he
right, man.
says
If I
that would be
if I die, I'm gonna become Pirate King before then. That's it.
like,
Yeah,
yo, that
I'm,
would
I'm becoming
kill
Pirate King
me.
before then.
Cause it's like, well, what's that number? What like you be asking
Yeah.
for weeks, bro? Oda, what's that number? And he never says until like a certain time. But
Yeah,
like,
bro. Like he never brings it up until like a point like way later on in the story. Yeah,
yeah,
way later
that
on.
would be a crazy like cliffhanger for the rest of the series, honestly.
Yeah, because it would be very similar to the Rogers situation. Remember, the Roger crew, they were faced with a decision after Rogers' disease. They were
Yeah,
like, what are we gonna do? And that's whenever they decided to disband. So like, it'll be crazy for the Straw Hats and really showing their loyalty to Luffy after they find out, how much time he actually does have left to live, and really want to continue this journey with him. That'll be a beautiful moment when the Straw Hats decide, I'm gonna stick with this guy until the very end. We're not disbanding like the Roger Pirates. We're sticking together with our captain until the end, yo. That's it.
exactly.
So it'll be beautiful.
I remember like reading stories too, like being back then with like what will the final scenes be like One Piece and like
Oh man.
like one I think of and I don't know if I could see it happening, but it's one of those where it could, I don't know, but like you ever think of like the moment where Roger when he was stabbed with the well again like we still don't even know where his body's at because I still that's one of the biggest mysteries like where was he buried or whatever like I
Mm-hmm.
still have my own ideas
Never
for
saw
that, but
Grave.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but then like imagine like at the final scene, right? Is Luffy
Mm-hmm.
able to be executed, but they tell him that the crew has to be the one to stab a knife into him as like a going away thing.
The crew,
The crew, like the
like
like as their goodbyes, they stab him.
I don't. Yo, stop, bro. I don't know,
So as they're
man.
saying their
I
goodbyes,
can't.
he's like, I want
Yeah.
like if I want anyone to get rid of me, it's got to be the
Yeah.
people I've been with the longest. I don't want no scrub, no random. I want it to be the people who've been with me since day one. And Zoro's the last one to do it, bro, because it's going from the order of the people who were with them.
See, for me, I've always seen it being Kobe.
Colby's the one.
If anyone is to execute Luffy from going back to the second chapter in the manga, right after Romance Dawn, it has to be Kobe, bro. It's going back. If Oda truly had this story mapped out from like that final panel mapped out from the very moment he started this series, then because he introduced Kobe and Luffy first, then I do believe that it'll end up being Kobe that executes him if that's the route that we go.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
anyway, it could go like I even want stuff too. I mean, like if you go with Final Fantasy 15, like the throne. Like
Oh,
if it's
the
like that,
throne.
imagine he sits on it and it's he just sits on it and that's it. Like he just quietly goes to sleep.
Chill, bro, chill.
That would be. I don't know what to do, bro. That would be my wallpaper until I die. Like,
Dude, I've always said it, yo. Like the final arc of One Piece is gonna have like my entire room's gonna be filled with panels
yeah,
from that arc, yo.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
buy a
I'm
printer.
gonna be
I'm
like
gonna buy a
I'm gonna be
printer, bro.
40 years old with grandchildren. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, listen, nobody touches those pictures. Nobody touches them. But Daddy, who's Luffy? Hey, man, that's the king, baby. You praise his name in here.
The
You
Black,
praise
the Black Reaper says for the watch.
for the for the watch.
Shout out to Game of Thrones, but
Hey, man, 2 more or 1 more year
yeah,
now.
one more year, man.
Yeah,
Discussions for that one. Oh, I can't wait, man. The
Dude.
final season, dude. That's the thing. The final season of Game of Goats, man. Like,
Bro, that's gonna be crazy, lads. We're gonna have Game of Thrones going on at the same time as probably the climax of Wano. Dang, that's gonna be gold.
dude, and then like wherever my hero's at, wherever like
Yeah.
Go Thomas Realm is probably gonna be great
Yeah.
still.
Yep, Hunter x Hunter will only progress like 30 chapters. It's
Can you imagine in a world where like we're in the Dark Continent while that's going on? Like, I don't know, man.
oh man,
I don't know what to do at that point in time.
that'll be. And then a couple of new manga that would have dropped. Whatever is gonna be happening in Kingdom. Yeah, will my boy be general by then? You know what I'm saying, son?
Man, dude, if bro, I've shed tears for 499, but when that reaction that day comes, man,
Yeah.
if I shed tears when he becomes
Yeah,
the general,
absolutely.
man, oh man,
I'm there with you, bro. I'm there with you. We'll cry together,
I
bro.
don't even care, bro. If it's like an hour of me crying, bro, and then I just read the rest of the chapter after, like, I'm gonna still upload it, like.
Absolutely, man. That's oh, I can't even think of it. Yeah,
Like I still get chills right now, even just thinking about the fact that like Moten's temporarily,
yeah.
Ohan's probably gonna get it, and then just like my boy Shin, man, when he gets it, it's gonna be like, because hey, listen, man, anything that when Piao shows up, man, That's all. I just start crying.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Like I just started thinking about Piao. I'm like, no, man. That's why chapter one's so GOAT, bro. Like,
Yeah. Legendary chapter. That's one of the best first chapters.
oh, Haikyuu as well, bro. Wherever Haikyuu, oh man, if it's been year 2.
Well, Laz, let me ask you this: as a person who's caught up to Conan, since I'm on the Conan hype right now,
Right.
do you think it'll last that long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without
Okay.
question, yeah. I think because
Okay.
I won't say why the reason thing, but I'll just say this right now. It's at a point in time where things are gonna get so crazy that I just can't see how Aoyama's just gonna stop it within the time Game of Thrones will be starting. Like Bible Beats like 2019. There's no way I can see like what he set up right now.
Yeah.
Might be the setup for what possibly the craziest times of being a fan of Conan that surpassed.
Oh, I can't wait to catch up. I can't wait to catch up.
Some of my favorite moments, bro, before the 1,000. Like you always like the 400s, the 500s, but where he's setting up right now might be like it's gonna be literally god tier level. Like there's gonna be like you're going to like the furthest lands. That's how like that's where I see it, bro.
How long is he on break for?
He was on break, I believe, since December 13th of 2017. I've heard rumors though he's coming back soon for 1009. Because he's like writing the draft, I guess, for the chapter after the movie comes out. So he's gonna be coming back soon, probably. I say within the next month or so.
When I want to be caught up before he comes back, because I want to be a part of the discussions with y'all. I really do. I love this series, man. I really want to be.
I'll tell him to stay on another couple months to break.
I'll tell Ghost to just be like, yo, man, listen, man. I have this man named Recon, yo. He's catching up every day after work. He's binging 100 chapters every 3 days, yo. He'll be there.
He'll be there. He wants a title shot, man, and then he'll be like,
I want the title shot, man. I want to read the Stan Hansen chapter.
Hey man, listen, that's probably my favorite parts in Conan, to be honest, bro. Like, that's what, like, dude. When I bought Volume 58, I'm like, yo, I need to buy Volume 43, but that's like I couldn't like. They were for one, it was like they were charging for like I think $20 or something. Like you don't want like an Italian print volume, they charge it up, and I'm like, okay, man, whatever. And then I see another ones that will take 3 weeks to ship, and I'm like, bro, I need it today. Like I don't want 3 weeks. Screw it, I might as well go in the store and buy it. But
greatness.
But let's see. Seriously Punch says, do you recommend watching or reading Conan? Any choice you make, read, watch, analyze, whatever it is, man, just experience it. I'm just say experience Conan. That's what I'll say.
Or you could just do the same thing I'm doing, do both.
Actually, no. I'll take that back. Read the manga for at least the first 3 volumes, and then go from there after, because then you'll at least get the concrete info. You won't be trolled. So,
have fun with it, especially if you have somebody with you that has already like read the series.
Yeah.
Have them like I'm not gonna say like guide you through it, but like whenever they know that there's gonna be a really awesome case or an arc happening, tell them to give you the episode numbers and the chapter number with it. And like whenever you get to that chapter, you're like, okay, let me switch to the anime, because the anime does a phenomenal, at least from what I've seen thus far.
Definitely.
The anime has done a phenomenal. It's like Gintama. Gintama always goes all out for its serious arcs, and that's what Conan's been doing so far.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. But yo, we're almost midnight time. Tower God's gonna come out soon, but we're gonna wrap it up here. Recon, final thoughts on Shonen Jump, and
2018 is gonna be lit, man. Not only just in video games, not only just in professional wrestling, not only just in movies. It's manga right now is manga and anime are at a time and place right now. Jump has not been this good in a long time. It is on fire. Young Jump is going in. I've got Shonen Sunday. I'm not caught up to a lot of series in there, but I want the main thing to be that manga and anime this year is in terms of the series that we're getting, in terms of the manga that we're already reading on an ongoing basis. It's just there's so many series that are in such good places right now. But shout out to Kingdom Hearts 3. Hopefully it comes out this year. Those are my thoughts.
I hope it does come out too, man. Hey, Yakuza Kiwami 2 is coming out. It's in August. That's getting pre-ordered.
Smash Bros. Let's go.
Smash Bros. Bro. Modern Warfare 2.
Hey, man. Hey, we're having a Smash Bros. Tournament on Lazar's channel. I heard it here first.
Hey, on my Twitch, man, it's gonna be lit. You already know, if I put on YouTube, bro, Reggie's coming after me, man. But
Red, yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
But yeah, Twitch channel coming soon. But I mean, in the Elgato, we know that. But appreciate you guys coming through for the stream today, man. Appreciate Recon coming through as always.
Absolutely.
Next time we're gonna try to get like some of the other boys in here and like just have like a random like just conversation about anything, because I know like Ebo and Silva's making pancakes at this moment, so that's why he's not coming through. But man, it was a lit stream though. If you guys sat through the entire time, we've been streaming for like almost 2 hours. If you guys stay through for the stream, man, like the stream if you enjoyed it. If you're watching this, of course, the video being on video on demand, like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Tell me what your 5 favorite current ongoing manga are in Weekly Shonen Jump, and any honorable mentions you guys have, some series that you think may deserve a little bit more praise, should be talked about a bit more, let me know down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to King Recon. I don't need the subscriptions. My boy's about to get the 6K very soon. He's about to reach a very amazing part in his journey as well. He should be way higher on the pedestal. I think there's some guys like FT. I don't know, man. Like, shout out to my boy Recon, man. This guy's been putting in work.
Appreciate it, man.
When he comes through with the greatness, man. It's must watch TV. That's all. I'll say,
I learned from Vince, not a plan.
Exactly, man. Hey, we were Vince gang before. Silva was in the womb for Vince gang, so
that's factual. That's factual.
But we'll catch you guys in the next one, though, and take care.